What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And, of course, for Bucs Nation and Go Bucs fans, it's your time here on a happy hump day edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. So how do we start off this show? There is plenty of Buccaneer news out there tonight, so we'll definitely talk with you. As always, three things. You know them, you love them, you got to have them. So here it is. Bring your passion, bring our excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. Lots of rumors going on. We were, 5 days away from the legal tampering period? Legal tampering period. You know what that means? That means your Tampa Bay Buccaneers can talk to respective free agents. That also means that other teams can talk to the Bucs free agents, being Mike Evans, Levante David. Bucs did not tender some players tonight. So we'll definitely get into that. Rumors are swirling not only with Mike Evans, but also with Trey Hendrickson. How would you like to have Trey Hendrickson in a Bucs uniform? We'll definitely talk about that. And as always, we'll take your phone calls. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It feels weird because he can't go to Tampa Joe's anymore because there is no Tampa Joe's for right now. Of course, they moved. But we will go to this. Listen, you don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Whether you want a haircut, beard trim, fade, they got you covered. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, and all the talented barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop, and tell them the Rolex reporter, Peter Blake, sent you. If that wasn't enough, this right here is blowing up. We are over 300 subscribers. Now, before you lose your mind and go, well, that's not a big deal. This show is it's on the Fan Arts Network. It's called Bucs Latest. Bucs news every day. A Bucs show, 10 to 15 minutes. I've been going overtime. Do I look a little bit tired? I am, because I've been staying up late at night. I've been burning it at both ends, if you will. Going 20 minutes at a time. Bucs Latest news. Bucs Latest on YouTube. Go like and subscribe. Over 300 subscribers. I was telling somebody the other day, I put it out there on Facebook. Let's stand on business, right? As the kids would say, let's stand on business, Bucs fans. Go and like and subscribe if you're a Bucs fan, because this is for you. I got told you don't do enough Bucs news. You don't give me enough Sports Web. Guess what? I joined a new network, the Fan Arts Network, which, by the way, they have 10,000 subscribers for the entire network. But that new Bucs channel, guess who's hosting it? Right here. Every day, 5 days a week. So go like and subscribe to that. And as always, we're taking phone calls. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I won't lie to you. This has been a tough day. It's always a tough day because it's my father's birthday. And I lost him in 2017. And he was a big part of what we do on this show. He was, as I call him, the greatest caller of all time on the Sports Web. And he was a major, major inspiration to what we do today. And I want to start out with this because, you know me, I like to set the table so you guys can come and eat. I was getting ready to quit doing sports broadcasting. I was at a moment in my life. Everybody goes to that moment. It's a crossroads, right? It's a crossroads in your life. You're ready to just quit. You're ready to just say, you know what? This isn't working out for me. I can't get into a TV station. I can't get into a radio station. At the time, it was an 1,000-watt radio station in a galaxy far, far away. But it wasn't enough. You got two callers, and one of those is my dad, and the other guy calls into every radio show. And I just got turned down for a TV job locally. And look, at the time, you think about it, you're so narrow-minded, right? You're like, I can do this. And you know what? Looking back at it, I probably wasn't ready. I probably wasn't ready at that point. I didn't have the necessary skills behind the scenes. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know how to do that. So one day we're sitting down, we're eating breakfast, French toast and bacon. and I'm feeling sorry about myself. And I'm telling my dad, what do I got to do? What do I need to do, Dad? What do I need to do to make this dream happen? And he says, you know what, son? You got to do something different. You got to look outside the box. You want to be on TV? They're telling you can't be on TV. You want to be on radio? You can only be on this 1,000-watt radio show. So what are you going to do? You're going to take your cell phone like you've been doing on YouTube? Or are you going to take this seriously? Are you going to do something different? And I looked at him and I said, you know what? You're right. And that fired me up because my dad was always about that. He was always about pushing my buttons, trying to fire me up, getting the best out of me. That's why I work 4 jobs. That's why I work so hard at this. Because I want to see this through. I want to see our dream through. So at the breakfast table, we sit down. We talk about 45 minutes to an hour about what we need to do to make the sports web happen. Because at the time, it was like the spider's web. Like it was on YouTube and it wasn't getting any viewers. People were making fun of me. I didn't have the proper lights or the equipment. So I always say, invest in yourself and invest in the idea that you can be the greatest version of yourself. So you can throw all the money you want to down the drain. But if you get on this camera right now and you don't feel like you're one of the greatest sports broadcasters out there, which I do, and I've always said my show can stack up to anybody out there, book it, mark it, I don't care. If you don't feel like that, if you don't have that attitude, you're not going anywhere. So we devised a plan. We sit down. We need the camera. We need this. We need to do that. We wanted to get callers on that Clearwater radio show. So we come up with the idea to treat them as if they were a superstar, like I try to treat you webheads every Monday and Wednesday night, anytime we go live, like superstars, because you are the lifeblood. You are superstars of this show. And I never look back. No matter how many TV stations turn me down, no matter how many radio stations turn me down, I never look back. Just give me the opportunity. Let me cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me cover the USF Bulls. Let me cover the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let me cover the Tampa Bay Rays. And I will show you what the evolution of sports talk television is. That's why it means so much. People say it's just a show. It ain't a show. This is life. That's why I give my phone number out. It's a personal thing. I take it personal. And he was a big part of that. And he always said, you know what? When those lights turn on, you're going to be dangerous. I don't know what's going to happen. And it didn't happen right away. And the people that are watching this show right now, you know this. We've had failures, we've had roadblocks, we've had disappointments. But somehow, some way, this show, and I'm going to hold off on the phone call right now because again, I'm setting the table here, Ed. I appreciate the calls. Another webhead. So many years. I always talk about it. Every second, every minute, every hour, every month. All of that, I owe to him. Because he was hard on me, and he told me, you know what? You got to do something different. So that is how the evolution of sports talk television came to be. That was him. That was me. That was Sean the Sports Don. And it's so easy to sit here today and say, you know what? Woe is me. This ain't going to go nowhere. This show's not going anywhere. You know why? Because I lost my father. I lost my inspiration. I lost my hero. All right? I lost my co-host. I lost my best friend. I lost Sean the Sports Don. It's not going to go anywhere. But you know what I look at it? I look at it as, you know what? Those guys right now, they're watching. And they've been watching. And that just means I got to work a little bit harder. God wanted me to put this and see this through. That's what we do here on Monday and Wednesday nights. It's the evolution of sports talk television. I'm your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And of course, it's your time. So happy birthday, Pop. And we'll talk more about him, Rich from Clearwater. And we'll take your phone calls. Because this is what it's all about. I take your mind off of what's going on in your life. And you take my mind off of what's going on in my life. And I appreciate that. Well, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok tonight. How about that? TikTok. Amazing. Amazing stuff. How this is expanded. You got to love it. All right. Let's open up the phone lines. You guys got emotional? Good. I hope so. I'm with you. I'm all about emotion. That's what this show is all about. You know what it's all about? Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Let's go out to Curtis. Curtis, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television on a happy Hump Day edition. Go ahead, my friend. Well, hold on. Curtis, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. I can hear you.
First, I want to say happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm gonna say this. I know how you feel because my dad died in 2021, and I can tell you, sometimes he was the world's biggest, you know what. But everything he always told me, it was with love, and it's because he believed.
Absolutely. And listen, if I have my dad, because I have my mom, and I love my mom to death. Well, you don't always see eye to eye, but when my dad was hard on me, my mom was like, "You can do it. I know you can do it." My dad thought the same way, but he didn't always say he was proud of me because he wanted me to always have that fire. He always wanted me to have in the back of my mind that I was going to get this done, no matter what.
And honestly, I know how you feel because it's made me the man that I am today.
Yeah.
It's made me never want to give up despite everything that I've been through.
Yeah.
So I listen. I was from the bottom of my heart, bro. I love you and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I know your dad is smiling on you right now, bro.
Yeah, I hope he is. I hope he's not shaking his head, but I felt like getting emotional tonight. I don't know why. It was just an emotional day for me and just getting through it. And you guys always are truthful with me and always say,
hey, bro, listen, me, Harry, everybody out here, bro, we love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
Okay. We're it's not just the sports web, bro. We're family, bro. That's what it is.
I know. That's what I love about this show, man. All right. So, I didn't get a chance. I introed the show there with my dad talking about that, but here was the big news of the day. I got to ask Bucs fans. Adam Schefter went on ESPN. Was talking on Barstool Sports, and he says about Trey Hendrickson, I think that he would love to be in Tampa. I'm not just saying that. I think he would love to be in Tampa. He lives in Point Verde. I don't think the Jaguars have the requisite cap room for him. Tampa Bay would be a great fit. I think in a perfect world, Trey would like to stay in Florida if he could. No state income tax, but he's also open to going to be in the best possible situation. If Trey has his pick, I think he'd like to end up with the Bucs, but we will see if it all works out that way. So my question for you, Webheads, tonight, Curtis, do you want Trey Hendrickson? Do you feel optimistic that this deal will get done? Because we've talked about this. It was either Max Crosby or Hendrickson. You've got to make a big splash move, and it certainly seems like things are coming together here. Possibly Trey Hendrickson on Monday, maybe the first call Jason Light and the administration there making to get him signed up.
Well, I'm gonna say this. For me, it's definitely Hendricks. It'd be Hendricks because you don't have to give up anything for him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love Max Crosby, but I don't. 2 first-round picks are gonna hurt.
Well, 2 first-round picks and possibly a player also. I mean, that would definitely. That's definitely going to sting. I mean, I love Crosby. I think he's a generational player at the end of the day.
Yep.
So
I mean, it's got to be the right. I feel like it's just got to be the right deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, obviously, I feel like this team is still in win right now mode. I mean, a lot of people might not look at it that way. Maybe it's just our little part of the world that looks at it like that. But if it wasn't for all the injuries, where would this team would have been?
True.
We just don't know.
Right.
So, and adding a piece like, I mean, and I hate to say it, but we thought adding Hassan Reddick last year might have helped a little bit, and we saw how that panned out.
Right. Exactly.
So, is he going to be the right fit? Is he going to be a great locker room guy? I mean, People don't understand a football team is like pieces to a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
All the pieces have to fit for the puzzle to make a beautiful picture.
Sure. Absolutely.
And, that's what we need here in Tampa.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
I don't know. I'm very interested in what's going to happen in the next couple of days, because it's a lot of stuff that's going to happen with free agency and players getting released and players getting traded. I can't believe what the Chiefs got for McDuffie today.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, right?
I was like, that's a lot. So
I mean, and really, you look at it, because Kansas City was up there as a team that Mike Evans would consider. Are they really? Are they really? Because it certainly seems like they're not acting like it. I mean, they got they traded McDuffie, who's an All-Pro. I get it, you're getting a first-round pick, but Patrick Mahomes is coming off an injury at this point.
All right.
So, I mean, again, Houston, San Francisco, we'll get more into it, but those have been the rumors. Buffalo Bills, I mean, are you concerned? Because the more I read, the more because I'm a reader, I like to read, and I have to do that now. I had to do my research. Not that I didn't do it before, but now with the Bucs Latest show, which, by the way, have you liked and subscribed to Bucs Latest there on the Fan Arts Network?
I haven't had a chance, but I'm going to.
You got to do it right now. You got to go to YouTube, look up Bucs Latest, and it's right there. All you got to do is subscribe to it every day, my friend. You get the Rolex Reporter 5 days a week, 10 to 15-minute Bucs show on the Fan Arts Network. You got to do it.
I got you. I got you.
Yes. All right. What else?
Only other thing I'm gonna say is about this.
Yes.
We all know Mike Evans is a family man.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally saw that little documentary on what he went through as a kid.
Sure.
And he loves his wife and his kids to death. And I know he has a home in Texas, but this is his home as well.
Right.
And I think that if his wife says that we're staying in Florida, he ain't going nowhere.
Sure.
I really do. And, a lot of people don't realize that these NFL players do what's best for their families.
Mm-hmm.
And, you don't want to uproot your family if they got their roots here.
Yeah.
And go somewhere else, because I'm sorry. Not only that, you played your whole career in Tampa. You don't want to go to Buffalo. Well,
look, I get it. If you're looking at it at the end of the day, it looks like the Bucs are going to definitely consider they're going to allow him to test. We'll see if they get something done in the next couple of days. By the way, today is the anniversary 2 years ago when they actually re-signed Mike Evans. So anything can happen. At the end of the day, they can have a change of heart, but it certainly seems like Mike Evans, his camp, want to look around. They want to test free agency, but I think it's a case of, and even BA mentioned this, and Harry, I saw that you called. I'll give you a call back in just a moment here. First right of refusal. You go to Buffalo, they say, this is how much we're going to give you. You come back to Jason Light because you have a great respect for him. This is how much we're going to do it. You go ahead and match it. You got me. If not,
when does the legal tampering start?
Legal tampering starts on Monday at noon, my friend. Noon on Monday. We got you covered. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yes.
If Mike doesn't like any of the deals, because there's going to be a ton of deals that there's probably going to be offered to him by the time Monday gets here.
Sure.
Monday, I feel like Monday's going to show up. He's going to have 5 or 6 deals on the table. And if he doesn't like him, if him and his wife doesn't like him, he'll be back in Tampa.
Right.
And I feel like it'll be back in Tampa before free agency starts.
All right. So Trey Hendrickson, yes or no? You like that move? 31 years old, 4.5 sacks last year, had a core injury, but the years before, 2 double-digit sack seasons of 17.5 sacks, 81 sacks for his career from Florida. You want that move? Do you want that move for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or no? Stay away from it.
I would love the move. I'm going based off the money.
Okay.
It's all going to be based off the money. That's what I think. Because, I mean, that was the problem. He wasn't getting paid in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
The guy wants to get paid, and I understand that.
Sure.
So, I mean, it just depends on how – I mean, and Jason Light and Mike Greenberg, those guys are great working out deals with these players.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you can get him a good deal where you can give him the money that he wants, he'll be here.
Yeah.
He'll be right here in Tampa.
All right, Curtis. Appreciate the call. Use the second one if you want to, my friend. All right?
I got you, brother.
All right, man. God bless you, brother. Good stuff. Open phone line, 727-255-00 0391 at 727-255-0391. I'm gonna call this guy up, and then I'll call back to Ed here. Let's go ahead, or I'm gonna call this guy first because he called in. I want to get back to him, see what's going on with them. I believe this is my co-host here, Mr. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire. Welcome to the Evolution on a edition in the news. I don't know if you saw this, but Adam Schefter saying Trey Hendrickson. And Corey, stand by here. We're going to talk to Harry. Then we'll get back to you in just a moment as the phone lines are blowing up with Bucs fans. But Trey Hendrickson possibly could be interested in Tampa. Tampa could possibly be interested in Hendrickson. What do you say? Once again, welcome to the Evolution on my father's birthday.
First off, happy birthday to your father.
Thank you.
I know he's looking down. He's very happy.
Thank you.
As far as Trey Hendrickson going to Tampa, I hear that's one of the destinations.
Okay.
That's interested in him as well. Nobody's pulled the trigger on him, and from what I understand, he's going to be shopping around. But Tampa's definitely probably topping his priority for numerous reasons.
Yeah, go ahead and share some of those, because I think, for me, and I just put this out on the show Bucs Latest on the Fan Arch Network, and hopefully you've liked and subscribed to it. I believe you have. Everyday Bucs content, 10 to 15 minutes. I think there's a respect by players around the league, even though I know there's some fans that don't necessarily respect Todd Bowles. I think there's players that want to play for Todd Bowles. I think there are players around the league who want to play for this organization. And what I mean by that is they take a look at, what they do for their players. Sterling Shepard doesn't necessarily hit his bonuses, but he gets re-signed with that bonus. Mike Evans, he's looking for that 1,000-yard receiving record. They do everything they can. That goes a long way, and I think players pay attention to that. And then furthermore, I definitely think they pay attention to Todd Bowles because he's a player's coach. Say whatever you want to. He's a defensive mastermind. I think, again, the last couple of years here, people will say, what are you talking about? But I just don't think he has the horses. And I think, the biggest stallion, if you will, in that barn, if you can get Trey Hendrickson, I'm buying into it. 31 years old. I get it. He may be 25 million, but that's going to solidify your line. That's going to give you a true edge rusher. The only concern I have is the age. And then on top of it, the injury last year. Hopefully that's not foreshadowing of things to come. What do you say?
Wow, I got a lot to respond to. I will tell you this much. A lot of people are just going to say you're a fanboy for making that comment. However, with that being said, I think it was a great take on your behalf.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you why. Because, first off, does anybody know where Trey Hendrickson's from?
Besides his mother, he is from Orlando. He's actually from
correct. That's Florida.
Yeah,
so he would love to come back home. That's priority number one. You know what priority number two is?
Winning.
That too. And you know what priority number three is?
Money.
Correct. And he doesn't have to take as much because he doesn't have state tax down here.
Correct.
But he does want to play for a winning organization and a team that's getting ready to close. I mean, the only reason why they wouldn't sign him is if there was another team that's closer to winning and he'd have a chance to go because he knows this is at the other end of his career. But I personally believe he's coming to Tampa. I said that a long time ago.
You did.
And I thought it would be the best move for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they're not going to have to give up any draft picks to get him.
And that's the key. We're on with Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, here on a Happy Hump Day edition. You're exactly right, because the talk has been, trade for Max Crosby. You're going to have to give up multiple first-round picks, possibly even some players and stuff like that. We know that Jason Light, necessarily doesn't want to do that, although he's had some comments recently that he would be open to the fact of, if it's the right situation. Is the player young enough? Is he productive enough? What are you giving up? We'll see what happens, but I think this is more of the likely scenario. Now, you mentioned a team that could be a competitor in this race for Hendrickson, and that would definitely be the Chicago Bears, simply because Dennis Allen, who's the defensive coordinator, also coached him with the Saints. I just say he has the opportunity to come back to the Bucs and terrorize the Saints for getting rid of him. I think you have to look at that. And again, like you said, playing in Florida, what do you say about this Mike Evans situation? Because I want to read this. This is from our friends there at Pewter Report. They do fantastic work. Scott, all of you guys over there, fantastic. They just said, just spoke with wide receiver Mike Evans' agent, Derek Gilmore, who said last week's meeting with the Bucs went well, and that Mike loves Tampa, always has and always will. Gilmore told Pewter Report that new Buccaneer OC Zach Robinson has reached out to Evans to discuss his scheme fit. To me, and this is what they're planning on doing, the Bucs themselves, focusing on getting defensive players in free agency. As I've said, the reason why you hire Zach Robinson in the first place, you're not going to have to babysit him like you had to do with Josh Grizzard. And then furthermore, you want to duplicate that offense that Liam Cohen have. And the closest thing you can do is with Robinson. So what do you say here?
Peter, I'm not going to go into a long drawn out, dissertation, but I agree with everything that you're saying, but talking about Mike Evans, I'm not as optimistic, as a lot of people are.
Right.
I think we're in a wait and see. I mean, at some point it has to become about money. It's his last contract.
Yeah.
But, shit, I'll just say it. I don't think he's leaving.
I don't think he's leaving either. And you know who else agrees with you? Your favorite coach, our favorite Libra on this show besides me, because his birthday is the same day as mine, October 3rd. Mr. B.A. was on the Sports Grid TV, according to our friends there at Joe Bucs Fan, and Dan Cilio of Sports Grid TV was asked about the challenge in re-signing a Mike Evans. He says, I don't think it's very tough to re-sign Evans. I mean, it's just a matter of just meeting somewhere in the middle. Mike loves Tampa. Tampa loves Mike. Chris Godwin went through this last year and was actually rehabbing more so than Mike is. I think Evans earned the right to check the market and then bring the market back. I'd be very, very shocked if he wanted to leave. All the parties just got to come to a good agreement. And this is what I kind of consider. I think they will allow Mike Evans and his camp to look around, test free agency. And then if there's an offer put out there by the Buffalo Bills or San Francisco 49ers or somebody like that, New England Patriots has been talked about, Houston Texans, the Bucs will have first refusal, or they'll be able to match that offer. Do you agree with that? Because that's how I see this working, and I think that's what BA was alluding to at this point.
Well, yes. And you know what else BA didn't really actually say, but a lot of people are afraid to say this. I don't think anybody is going to blow Mike Evans away with a huge offer for one specific reason. It's his age.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's gonna look for that 2-year deal for guaranteed money. And I don't think the teams out there are really gonna do it. And he's gonna say, piss on it. Yeah. I just might as well stay here in Tampa and finish my career where I wanted to do it in the first place.
Right.
But going back about the Trey Hendrickson thing, the reason why that's not going to sign yet is because everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen with Max Crosby, primarily with the Chicago Bears. And you know what? If we got a second, I'd love to tell everybody the little
go for it.
The little scenarios that are going on.
Go for it, bro. You're the co-host on this show. I'd love to have you on here tonight.
Quarterback Tyson Bagent's being highly recruited right now.
Okay.
And you're being courted by the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals, and they're in a silent bidding war. And right now, the Bears have been offered a 4th-round draft pick for an unproven backup quarterback that they never even drafted. As a matter of fact, he came onto the team as an undrafted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And for people that don't know anything much about Tyson Bagent, he's a very similar player to a Taylor Heineke, but I'd say probably a bit better. Got a lot more intangibles.
Damn.
So the reason why Tyson Bagent has something to do with it is because supposedly they have already packaged a deal for Max Crosby, and the Raiders are looking for 2 players in returns. One being a wide receiver, DJ Moore, and a starting linebacker in TJ Edmonds, and the draft pick that they received from Arizona.
Wow.
For Tyson Bagent.
Wow.
Now something else came up. The New England Patriots are very, very interested in DJ Moore because, as you know, they just got rid of Stephon Diggs.
Correct.
And
which, by the way, still had more baby mamas last year than he had touchdowns for the year. Just saying.
I am very aware of that. But here, as the football world turns, supposedly New England's getting ready to roll out the red carpet for the Chicago Bears because he's still on a team-friendly deal for DJ Moore and acquiring a draft pick. With that being said, New England, in turn, will be given a draft pick not only to Chicago, but they will be throwing compensation back to the Raiders to avoid DJ Moore to go there.
Yeah.
So if this all falls through, then unfortunately it looks like possibly the better options for Trey Hendrickson would be going to Chicago, merely because they're going to be paying him a lot more money, where Tampa doesn't really have that opportunity or the means to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But let me be clear. I don't think Trey's going to Chicago. I think Trey's coming here to Tampa. I believe Max Crosby's going to the Bears. I think it's almost a done deal. And it looks like it's going to be 2 players in a third or 2 players in a fourth. Not 1 player in a first or 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. The Phils definitely needs. I mean, you get DJ
Wow,
Moore.
did I explain that all? Did that all come out? Or did it sound really discombobulated?
No, there's a quiz after DJ Moore. Of course, Edmonds, linebacker, a pick going to the Raiders for Max Crosby. That's what you hear. I know you're in the know there, Harry the Greek. And then you think Trey Hendrickson will be with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I tend to agree with you on this. This makes lots of sense to me. And I definitely would think if the Bucs signed Hendrickson, that it would definitely persuade not only Mike Evans to come back, but also Levante David. Let me ask you, because I didn't get a chance to ask you this, and then we'll get you out of here, man. Appreciate the time, as always. Thanks a lot for tuning in and calling in. But Levante David had arthroscopic knee surgery, according to, once again, our friends there at Joe Bucs Fan. What do you make of this? Because the comments lately seem to suggest that he still has something left in the tank. He has a bad taste in his mouth. He wants to come back. And then furthermore, if David does come back for his 15th season, he would surpass with 1 tackle Derrick Brooks all time, which would absolutely assure him to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. What do you say? David comes back for his 15th year also?
Well, first off, his knee was just a cleanup with a scope. But you have to understand, that's not his first scope that he's had on that knee.
Right.
Okay, so let's get that out of the way.
Had it drained every day.
He's not the same player that he was.
Correct.
And, is he as good as, as double nickels? No, he's not. And do I guarantee that he's going to be going to the Hall of Fame? No. But he's definitely going to be a Ring of Honor guy, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Plus, it took him more years to achieve those tackles than it did for Derrick Brooks and or Brian Urlacher. So for those reasons, I say no, but definitely for the Ring of Honor. And for a 15th season, I would love to see it. I don't think it'll be in a primary role. He'll give the team a team-friendly discount, and I think his leadership in that locker room would definitely be beneficial, especially if they start drafting some defensive players in this draft.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they go Trey Hendrickson, then to me, I think that's where you get aggressive. You can either stand pat there at 15, draft the best edge rusher, go after Jacob Rodriguez in the second round, or trade up, see if you can get Sonny Styles from Ohio State. Here at the Greek.
Sonny Styles going top 5 here, but
I agree. I completely agree.
The guy ran too well in the combine. It's over. That's a pipe dream. Don't even think they're going to be doing that.
Don't even think that, huh?
Do that, they're going to get way too many players to give up to go ahead and get him. And I think they need to go for a linebacker. You're going to get Trey Hendrickson. You go for a linebacker, and then you go for a safety or someone in the secondary in the second round.
Really quick, Akeem Mesidor, 25 years old, mature. Some scouts say he has all the pass rushing moves, but a lot of teams are staying away from him because he's 25 years old. If he's there at 15, because he is 25 years old, you stay away from him or you draft him because you saw him on tape. He was good or better than Reuben Bain Jr. with some of his numbers and the film. So
that's the kid from Miami, correct?
Correct. That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. They've got that kid falling down in the later round of the first round. I think it's too. I think the Bucs aren't going to waste their 15th pick on a guy there. I think they're projecting him later. And a matter of fact, a lot of the pundits out there think that he's going to Chicago because he may even fall out of the first round, primarily just because of his age.
Wow. Okay. All right, my friend. I appreciate you as always. We'll definitely talk to you soon here. Remember, Monday night, the legal tampering period will probably be on at 9 o'clock or maybe earlier because the rumors will be flying fast and furious that day starting at noon. We appreciate you as always, Harry the Greek. All right. Love you, bro.
And the soap operas as the NFL turns on the sports web. Have a good night.
All right. Love it. Good stuff there. He brought it. Definitely brought it right there. As we're on Instagram Live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and also TikTok. Look at this. Plenty of comments right now. Plenty of people tuning in, sending roses. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
As we got 8 people watching right now. Not bad for a TikTok video. First time we're going live. I'd like to also thank, because I not only joined a new network, but the Carter Agency on TikTok. This is what I wanted to do, is expand the reach of what the evolution of sports talk television. If we can go from Facebook, if we can go from YouTube, if we can go from Instagram Live and Twitter, then I definitely think we could take advantage of going to TikTok. We'll get out to the comments in just a moment. Remember, Facebook stars are open, YouTube super chats. Let's go out to the phone lines. Alex, welcome to the evolution here.
What is up, Peter, the man of the hour?
Thank you, sir. What's going on? How you doing?
How are you doing? Hey, I want to start off by saying you have been doing some incredible work. You're doing some great stuff. I've been watching all the new stuff you've been doing. Congratulations, man. Your work is paying off.
Thank you, man.
And,
appreciate it.
I just wanted to tell you that in person.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
So let's talk about the Bucs and all the rumors real quick. So,
yes, Trey Hendrickson to the Bucs.
About
Trey Hendrickson to the Bucs. You like that? Adam Schefter says he may want the Bucs at this point. You want Trey Hendrickson and Pewter and Red there? You like that move, or are you still going for Max Crosby? So
let me give you my opinion on all this. I'm sure you've gotten opinions from multiple people, but I'll give you mine.
Okay.
So here's the truth, and here's what I think is going to happen. And I don't think Bucs fans are going to like it, but here we go. I think Mike Evans. So I'm going to start with the pieces that's going to cost the most money. Everyone wants Mike back. So do I. I would love to see number 13 back on the field in the 2026 campaign.
Right.
But the reality of it is that here's the truth. Mike Evans is going to enter the prime of his career. Mike Evans, as an individual, wants as many targets as he can get possible. Because Mike Evans, to be honest with you, I don't think Mike Evans really cares about the money as much as he cares about being the best wide receiver and leaving that legacy that, that he can as being one of the top. Listen, he's going to already be in the Hall of Fame. We all know he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? But the reality is Mike Evans wants to go out with at least minimum having way more passing yards to retire no matter where he is. I just don't see him doing that in Tampa. I think the wide receiver core, you got Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan. Don't forget about him. Tej Johnson, Chris Godwin. I mean, that wide receiver.
Emeka Egbuka, yeah.
All those wide receivers you have, man.
Are they
Emeka Egbuka, what he's been able to do his first year?
Are they better with Mike? Let me ask you this. Are they better with Mike Evans in that room?
As a leader, yes.
They're not better. They're not better with him in that scheme. You don't think that Zach Robinson can return Mike Evans to that promise?
No, listen. That's going to – the reason why I brought Mike up is going to go back to the back end of going to the defense.
Okay.
Now, Levante David is probably, I would say, 60 to 70%, in my opinion, going to retire.
Okay.
If he does, you're going to lose that piece on the defense too. And I just think – this is such a tough conversation to have because, of course, I love both these pieces.
Sure.
Buccaneers legends for life. I will always rep number 54, number 13 for life. Love these two. But at the end of the day, keeping these pieces, not necessarily Levante David, because I think you can bring back Levante David on a cheaper deal, and I think he knows that.
Sure.
But I just don't see – I know Mike Evans is worth way more than $20 million. Especially when healthy. But I just don't see this Buccaneers team strapping themselves when you're so close to just listen. Trey Hendrickson announced he wants to come to Tampa. I'm sure you've been talking about that on your episode tonight. I haven't really been tuning in. I just called.
My dad's birthday, by the way. So that's, I don't know.
Happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He was a great man and raised a great guy like you.
Well,
so,
he was
like I said,
absolutely.
What you're doing,
thank you, man. He absolutely created he had a part in the sports web. We talked about that. You have to go look back at that monologue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will absolutely do that.
Yeah.
But listen, to continue what I'm saying here real quick.
Yes.
I just think this Buccaneers team is just a piece or two short, especially on the defensive side, especially with the potential of losing Levante David. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, go for it.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to end with one final thought. I got to hear. What do you think Mike Evans is worth right now? It's just a simple question. What do you think Mike Evans would go after for any team, putting the Buccaneer discount aside for a second? What do you think Mike Evans would cost the Bucs? How about this? What do you think Mike Evans would cost the Bucs right now?
I mean, I think $20 million. But
20 million? Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't necessarily think that's what it's all about. I think he would actually take less money because he's done it in the past or he's restructured before. He just wants to see this team be competitive. But to get down to brass tacks, definitely $20 million, a little bit over $20 million. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Question. Now get out of here. With the cap the way it is, and it's this. I mean, we've got some space, but
flexible.
We don't have a lot of space.
Flexible. I'm not a capologist. It could be. It could be done. It could be done. The Bucs want to do
done. And listen. I can see your frustration. I get it.
No, I'm not frustrated. I just think. Listen, if they wanted to sign Baker Mayfield to an extension, they would free up $21 million. That's been put on the table. That's been put on the table.
Well, Baker is going to be extended. Now, rather it happens this year. If I'm the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm doing it right now.
Right.
Because
I mean, you can also restructure Antoine Winfield Jr. You can restructure Vita Vea. You can restructure Tristan Wirfs. People go, well, that money's got to go somewhere. Let them worry about that. Every year we talk about the cap, and this Bucs team continues. And again, recently I know they haven't done a lot, but when they needed to do something for Tom Brady was here and they wanted to go in for it, and they did it for 2-3 years at a time because they wanted to make it happen, then that's their decision. It's a multi.
Agreed.
Right.
And Peter, and that's where you're right. I agree with you. But Mike Evans is entering the end of his career, and he knows it. I think he'll be 33 when the season starts, because I think he turns 33 in August. So Mike Evans knows that he is getting to that last contract.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question we don't know is this: Bucs or not Bucs, right? How does Mike Evans want to end his legendary career? Does Mike Evans see Zach Robinson being able to give him, and again, you're right. You hit it dead on, and shame on me. It's not really about the money, but I think for Mike Evans is can Mike Evans get, number one, the amount of targets that he wants? Because he's going to, like I said, he's going to want them targets.
Well, that's usually
right now.
Listen, that's usually not Mike, but to throw it out there. And Alex, we got to run, man. I appreciate you as always. Thank you very much.
Ben.
But yeah, I mean, going back to it, I put this out there. Mike Evans, his first year in that Liam Cohen offense was 74 catches. It was high volume. So we consider, what did Zach Robinson? What was he able to do with Drake London? I mean, Drake London, younger guy, but still Mike Evans has that juice. 74 catches in 14 games. I'm not worried about, Robinson trying to find Mike Evans. This is not a Josh Grizzard situation where he's going to have difficulty in finding the weapons. I'm excited about this situation. I am. Because you've got a veteran offensive coordinator, which Todd Bowles has never been able to have, because Dave Canales didn't call any plays in the National Football League, right? Liam Cohen didn't even call any plays in the National Football League. You finally got a veteran offensive coordinator, and you've got a plethora of weapons. What you got to do is keep Baker Mayfield upright. You got to keep that offensive line healthy. You got to keep everybody else healthy. But you got plenty of weapons. And you got to get back to this running game. We'll talk about that running game in just a little bit, because we did have some developments here in the last hour and a half. I want to go out to the comments again. Open phone lines. Corey, I saw that you were trying to call in. Call back. Ed, try to call back in if you want to. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Appreciate that. So we'll go to the web heads here. Tim says, good evening, Peter. Good evening to you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Damn It, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell is the matter with you?
Rainy hump day in Dayton, Ohio. Let's go, Peter Blake and the Sports Web. Let's go. Rob DePrez right there. A Crew Life. Love you, brother. LFG. Absolutely. Let's go out to Realtor David Zuzman, 4673. Go Bucs, go Bucs, go Bucs.
Wait up, Will Bork. Stop. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
It is exciting time.
Fire the cannon.
It is
How
exciting
about
time.
them Bucks, baby?
Yes, absolutely. And by the way, just a day check here, March 4th, 2026, Todd Bowles is still your head coach. There you go. To the chagrin of some Bucs fans out there. Just had to update you on the Todd Bowles update. He has not been fired. There you go. All right, Realtor David Zuzman, sorry for your loss, Peter. Your father lives through you. He does. He absolutely does. I think I'm probably a little bit more excited. He would always tell me I look like a Klingon when I get excited. Another funny story out there. Big time Star Trek fan, Star Wars, Star Trek. He likes Star Trek. He said I look like a Klingon when I get upset or get stressed out. I kind of try to be, cognizant of that because I get these wrinkles. I don't want to. Did you see Jim Carrey this week? Everybody thinks he's a clone. I think he's got a lot of Botox. I don't want to get a lot of Botox, right? So I don't want to have those wrinkles. I'm 47. If I start looking like a Klingon or something, I got all these wrinkles on my head. I don't want to do that. So yeah, I have to pay attention to that. Like you always used to say when I look in the camera when I was younger, I look like a deer in headlights. That's why I threw that out there in the monologue. He said, when the lights turn on, you're going to be dangerous. I'm not a deer in the headlights anymore. I'm not, Dad. I'm definitely not. I'm not afraid of the spotlight. I'm not afraid of the light. I never look back. The lights can be as bright as they can, as bright as they want to be. And we're doing the evolution of sports talk television. So thank you, Realtor David Zuzman. Appreciate you. Let's go out to Drake. Pewter Report thinks we might be moving on Henderson. You may. Get those rumors ready, baby. Get them ready. Get your Facebook feeds ready. Don't buy into the AI nonsense. You know how you know it's AI? When they post those stupid pictures. They post those stupid pictures, and then I want to play that Tom Brady sound effect.
That's good enough to suck right there.
I want to play that media icon, Mr. TJ Reeves of the Buccaneer Radio Network sound effect.
Go away. Go away.
I
will hold the door.
Exactly. I will hold the door if you send me an AI story that's nonsense. Also, JP Peterson, how about it, JP?
F you,
yes.
F you, F you, and F you. Peace out. I'm going to go have a Guinness.
Listen, unless there's one of those platforms out there like Pewter Report, Joe Bucs Fan, Locked on Bucs, they do some great stuff. I think we do some great stuff. If we don't report on this, if the radio station doesn't report on this or a TV station, it's nonsense. I get a lot of, text messages, again, from family. Is this true? Are you going to talk about this? No, it's completely erroneous. It doesn't make any sense. It's not right. So watch those. But the rumors will be flying fast and furious the next couple of days. We got to get to that weekend. We get to that weekend, then all that stuff starts to fly out. And definitely pay attention, like, and subscribe to my page there on Facebook. I believe we're like at 8,100. Can we get to 8,200? Can we get to 10,000 in the next couple of months? That'd be great. Also, again, like and subscribe to the TikTok channel. We're building that up. We're building up Instagram Live. We're building up Twitter. Twit. I feel like a twit. X. I keep on calling it Twitter. It's like X. I don't know. I don't do enough of it. Go Tampa Bay for Live 13. Absolutely Rob DePrez right there. Self-confidence is the first step. Always. Like it's so important. Like the evolution, I always say it's like the evolution of sports talk television. It's the evolution of Peter Blake. Like right before your eyes. You saw me start. People go, why do you keep those videos on YouTube? They're terrible because they're starting points, they're foundation pieces. You can laugh at me all you want to, but look at every video from there on out and see how better I've gotten as a sports broadcaster. And look how much better this show has been when it comes to, the technology, when it comes to the sound and how it looks. These are the kind of things we talked about at that breakfast table. I wish we had that conversation a long time ago. But you know what? It was meant to be at that point. That's when it was meant to be. And I was 10 years in it, 10 years, and getting ready to quit. My thing for you guys out there, whatever you're doing, and my dad would always say this, whether you're a garbage man, whatever you're doing, do the best that you can. And don't give up on yourself. Because guess what? You got to look yourself in the mirror every day. You got to deal with that. There's only one constant in this life. You can talk about, politics. You can talk about money. You can talk about bills. They change, but there's always one constant that you got to deal with every day of your life. That is you. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. I believe that. Absolutely. Wholeheartedly believe that. All right, let's go out to Jim.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
Thank you very much. Let's go out to Realtor David Zuzman. You guys need to follow his lead right here. YouTube Super Chats are open, $9.99. Peter, we all appreciate your dedication and passion. I appreciate you. Again, we don't always agree, Realtor David Zuzman. But Trey Hendrickson, how would he look in a Bucs uniform? And what would you think about Jason Light pulling that off? Thanks a lot for the $9.99 Super Chat. Let's go out to Ben Cornett there from Las Vegas. Love that guy. That's what I love about the sports web, right? It's international. It's United States, all over the United States, whether it's California, whether it's Las Vegas, whether it's Ohio. I'm reaching out to you. I'm coming out to you. You're talking to me about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're talking to me about your personal life. I love that. Again, that's why I give out my personal number, but sometimes I got to watch it because you guys call me like at late times and I'm probably trying to sleep because, again, I'm burning it at both ends and I want to turn it off. I want to turn the phone off. I want to turn my mind off because it's always running. I feel like Michael Jackson, right? Michael Jackson always said he's got music in his head. I got sports in my head all the time, 24/7. Like it never turns off. Like I'm thinking, what can we do to make the sports web better? What can the Bucs do in free agency? Like it's always going. And I got like 400 jobs. So there's times you guys call me late and I don't mind it, but there's times I probably should just like turn off the phone, but I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate all the love, all the support of this show throughout the years. It's amazing. All right, Peter H. Blake, you kept grinding with 10 toes down. Look where you're at now. Great stuff, bro. Respect. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Mr. Williams says, Peter, good job. God bless you and all Tampa Bay for life. 813. God bless you, my friend. Woo! Give it a little Ric Flair there. Let's go out to Ed. Can I call the show, please? Yes, you can, Ed. You can always call the show in. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Hey, Peter, hope you're doing good. Another new webhead right there, Mr. Oscar, big-time Heat fan. Appreciate you. Let's go out to Ed. Someone get me to it. Realtor David Zuzman, happy birthday to your dad. I wish I had a good relationship with my father the way you had with yours. Your father did a good job. He did. We didn't always see eye to eye. I'm not going to lie to you. Like there were times where like, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to do something different. And I don't agree with you on that. Well, I don't care if you agree with me. I'm your father. I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. He would always say that.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one. Or when you're 8 years old and you're like, you're going to like all the Tampa Bay teams, are going to leave the house. I think he really meant it. I don't think he would have kicked me out when I was 8. I mean, that's the kind of corruption I'm talking about. Like if I had a son or a daughter, right, I'm going to do the same thing. Like you're going to like all the Tampa Bay teams, no matter if they suck or not. And the Bucs back then, they stunk. But, Dad was like, you're a fan of them. That's it. Like you're a fan of that team. That's it. You're here locally. You're a fan of the Bucs. You're a fan of the Lightning. You're a fan of the Rays. You're a fan of all those teams, no matter what. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Evening peeps. Happy birthday to your dad. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes!
Let's see. Oscar says having Trey and getting Sonny at 15 would be great. It probably would keep Evans. I mean, I think you would, right? I mean, that's going the extra mile. That's being aggressive at that point. You get Trey Hendrickson, who, again, you look at his numbers, and a lot of people say, well, 4.5 sacks last year, not too great, and then had the core injury. By the way, first time he hasn't had double-digit sacks since 2018. In 2023, 17.5 sacks. In 2024, 17.5 sacks. He's only 31 years old. He's not like 33, 34. He's not like washed up or something. Like, and you get him, and that takes the pressure off of everybody else. And then on top of it, like, I think this player comes in and helps out, unlike Hassan Reddick. I think he helps out a Yaya Diaby. I think he helps out a guy that you're going to draft most likely at 15 as an edge rusher or in the later rounds. It helps out everybody. But he brings immense pressure. Like now, if you double on him, here comes Vita Vea, here comes Kalijah Kancey, here comes Yaya Diaby. Now you start to solve these problems. Now you got to figure out if Levante David's going to come back at the linebacking situation. You got to upgrade that, whether that's in the draft or, of course, in free agency, which you could do both. And for the people out there saying, they don't have money, listen, they got to be aggressive. Okay, you either got to apply pressure or feel the pressure. And I can guarantee you, Todd Bowles and Jason Light right now are feeling that pressure. They're getting ready to apply that pressure, and it starts here in about 5 days. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So they're on TikTok looking for comments. They're looking for comments on Instagram Live. Thank you very much for tuning in. Here's another guy right here. I call him 21 Savage, 21 Parrish right there. Thank you for everything, PB. Sports Web fan for life there in California. I got to love that. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. I don't think so. I'm in Florida, but I love it. 21 Parrish. I love it. King Cook, 1485. What's good, Peter? What's good? Webheads, what's good with you?
Yes!
Another webhead right there. King Cook, Mike Evans, fatigue, laugh out loud. I get it. Let's go out to Realtor David Zuzman. Thank you for the YouTube super chat. What's on your mind tonight? Welcome to the Evolution.
Hello. So first of all, happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to answer the question regarding Hendrickson.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I was completely against the signing of Reddick.
Okay.
But I think that this time, Hendrickson is a completely different animal.
Tell me why he's different at this point. Because some people would say he's coming off a down year. He's up there in age. Maybe it'll be a problem. It's a risk. Why do you say it's a different situation, Realtor?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Whenever he was healthy, he always produced very much. So when you sign a free agent, there's always medical reports involved. So as long as his medicals are good, we should be signing him. And I think we should be creative. So instead of doing what we did with Reddick, I would probably offer him somewhere like close to 12 million guarantee.
Okay.
And then up to $6 or $7 million in bonus in case he reaches 10 sacks or more. Because then that's something feasible for him.
Right.
And if we are paying, at the end of the day, 19 million, that's because he deserved it.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to happen because, again, remember, the Cincinnati Bengals could have actually franchised him, which would have been $24 million. So you're looking at upwards of, again, 20 to 25 million. And I'll let those guys over there do their thing, but I definitely think there will be some incentives for hitting, double-digit sacks. And again, maybe you won't have to take as much because, again, there is no sales tax here. There is no taxes here. No income tax, sales tax, income tax. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that he's the only one.
Right.
That we should be bringing in free agency. I really think we need to get at least 2 defensive line.
Right.
Depth pieces because we cannot go again with Greg Gaines. And I think things are looking good. If we get him, we sign Evans again, and we get some, depth pieces. I think we're going to be in good shape.
I think we'll definitely be in good shape. And I think you start to feel better about Jason Light. And I know you've been very critical, but again, he's got to be aggressive. And you're exactly right. I think he's looking at it being aggressive, not being like he's been the last couple of years. And I think, again, you started out with Trey Hendrickson. You get Trey Hendrickson. And then you convince Mike Evans to come back and re-sign. You convince Levante David to come back. Maybe you fill another linebacking spot there at that point. I definitely think they could be looking at running back. We'll get back to that moment. I know I keep on saying that. But they did not tender Sean Tucker tonight, which is surprising. He had 7 touchdowns last year. I think over 300 rushing yards, had some promise, but they didn't tender him. So he's out there in free agency now. He's able to, shop his wares. We'll see what his market is. And then, of course, Rachaad White, he's a free agent. So they're looking for some big changes. I'll throw a name out there right now, Bucs fans. I think Tyler Algier is going to be on the Bucs radar there simply because if he wants to be a backup, if he wants an opportunity to possibly get some carries, he knows this offense from Zach Robinson. This would be a great pickup by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to help that running back room out. And then furthermore, I think you could definitely see them go, being the Bucs, go into the draft and get a running back in the later rounds. What do you say?
I love Algier. I think he would be a perfect fit. And I will throw one name as well.
Okay.
So I was studying the draft, and right on 4th round, there is a chance to get a running back that I really love.
And who's
So
that?
his name is Catrion Allen,
Okay.
and he is very twitchy. He has a really great vision, very experienced. If we are able to bring him on 4th round, we're going to be very happy.
All right. Love it. Realtor David Zuzman. Anything else here on the evolution, my friend?
No, that'll be it. So thank you so much, and go Bucs.
Yes, absolutely. Go Bucs. That's how you finish strong right there.
Wait
Go
up, little boy. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
It is exciting time.
We got the dub,
They
baby.
did get the dub right there.
Fire the cannon.
Oh,
How
absolutely.
about them Bucks, baby?
Go Bucs. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's call some people back that called the show here. We'll go with Corey first and then Ed. Hopefully we get a hold of somebody here because they called, and I hate missing phone calls from webheads. I hate that, but sometimes that happens.
Hello?
Let's go out to Corey. Corey, welcome to the Evolution here on a happy
Hump day.
edition. What's on your mind tonight, boss?
Hump day, man. So what we gonna do? Hey, I told you that might be the move that Light make for Trey.
I love it. I love the move if it happens.
You know, he went to Florida Atlantic and everything.
He did.
So,
He did. He's from Apopka, Warren Sapp's old high school, I believe. And again, Schefter reporting this, I don't think he's just throwing something out there. He knows, he's heard from agents and they talk. There's back channeling going on there at the combine. That's what you got to watch for, these rumors coming out. So I love this move. I think it's aggressive. I think it fills that need. Even though he's a little bit up there, he's 3 years older than Max Crosby.
Yeah, I think they probably gonna have use him in 2nd and long and nickel situation, 3rd down.
Right.
3rd down package. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be on first and second and short like base. Anything we run out of base, because we usually run at 3-4 on that base.
Well, you don't know.
4-2-5, I don't know.
You never know, my friend. You never know. Shout out to, let's see, Remy Craze. Thank you very much for tuning in right there. Big time Bucs fan on TikTok. Appreciate you. Money for Meg has joined. I got 10 viewers right now on TikTok. Not bad, guys. Thanks a lot. I guess you like the evolution there on TikTok. And of course, we have expanded. We're not only on Facebook and YouTube and X, and Instagram Live. Did I say Instagram Live already? But also on TikTok. So there you go. So we're on all those platforms at this point. We'll just continue to grow and expand. Mike Evans, how do you feel about the comments from BA saying that he thinks that they'll get it worked out? And then on top of it, from Pewter Report saying, once again, just spoke with Mike Evans' agent, Derek Gilmore, who said last week's meeting with the Bucs went well and that Mike loves Tampa, always has and always will. Gilmore told Pewter Report that new Buccaneer offensive coordinator Zach Robinson has reached out to Evans to discuss his scheme fits. Of course, the qualifications were thrown out there. Evans had to trust a quarterback. I told you why he trusts Baker. You have to be a Super Bowl contender. I definitely think the Bucs can be that with some of the moves made in the offseason here. Good offensive coordinator and, of course, high volume. I don't necessarily believe the high volume, but I still also
no, I don't believe that. I believe he wants Zach to move him around. I don't think he just want to be on the field or X. I think he want to play in the slot too and play the boundary, move him around. You know what I mean?
Move him around. Yeah, absolutely. Get creative with Mike Evans, unlike the previous offensive coordinator who was not creative at all. In fact,
that Gizzard dude, man. Oh my goodness.
Well, he wasn't. His name's not Gizzard, but he definitely coached like a chicken gizzard. Grizzard, and it was not good. You're throwing up schemes in practice, and you're not putting them out there on game. We're talking about practice. I feel like we got the Allen Iverson sound effect. Practice. You throw out schemes on practice, and you don't do them during the game day. It makes no sense. What are we doing here? What are we doing? That's
Right.
that's the inexperience of the offensive coordinator. That's what I don't think you're going to have to worry about with Zach Robinson coming and being the new offensive coordinator. In fact, again, I think the plan is to try to duplicate the Snakes offense from Jacksonville, Liam Cohen. And I think Robinson has been there. That's what I called him, a snake. I did. I'm sorry.
Didn't he say his son was sick?
Yeah, his son is sick. All right. He's sick. All right. Yeah. I'm not gonna get personal, Corey. But come on now. I mean, you could have. Just be honest. Just be upfront and honest about what your intentions are. That's the only thing, And he wasn't. Yeah, and I get it. He gets a new opportunity. All of us get a new opportunity. That's how it's going to work out. Corey.
Hey, and then when he said that Duval, man, that was kind of creepy.
Well, it was creepy. It was definitely creepy. He's improved that. And again, he's one and done. Corey, appreciate the call. As always, use that second one if you want to, my friend.
All right, man. Y'all be safe, man.
All right. We will definitely be safe always here. Let's go out to Ed. Ed, welcome to the Evolution on a happy
hump day
edition of the Sports Web here. Big time Bucs rumors all night long. Trey Hendrickson to the Bucs. What do you say? Yay or nay?
Yay,
okay.
But I think we need to add a little more there.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Hold on.
I'd definitely pick up another defensive tackle.
Stand by. Well, hold on a second here because I'm playing around here on TikTok. I'll get back to you in a moment. Money for Meg. Shared the live video. Thank you very much. TA-win followed the host. Thank you very much. And it's D and Meg from work. We're watching. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's what the evolution of sports talk television is. Now you see me in my element. This is what I'm all about. All right, let's go ahead. Ed, so Trey Hendrickson, is that the guy you're going to get?
I thought you said it was a done deal. We got him?
Well, it's not done yet. I mean, it's just rumored at this point. I mean, if we had a done deal, brother, I would be saying they signed Trey Hendrickson.
I would like to hear some more positive rumors about Mike Evans.
Okay.
And Levante David.
Okay. Well, I got positive rumors. Again, I told you about Pewter Report saying that Zach Robinson has contacted Evans and that the meeting went well. I also got BA, who's the senior advisor. Before you say, oh, he's this BA, he's not. He's the senior advisor, so he knows what's going on with Jason Line and that organization. He's taking you behind the curtain. He thinks they can get it done, and I believe a Libra. I'm a Libra myself. I believe him. He's a strong Libra. He said he ain't going anywhere. I believe him. I don't think Mike Evans is going anywhere at this point. So there's your positivity. All right. What else?
Good, because I've seen a lot of negativity on social media about him going to the Patriots.
Right. Well, you got to shut that stuff down, my friend, sometimes, And you also I hope you subscribe to Bucs Latest there on the Fan Arch Network. Have you subscribed to Bucs Latest on the Fan Arch Network? Yes or no?
Not yet.
Okay, that is the wrong answer tonight.
How about no?
That is the wrong answer, my friend.
That's good enough to suck right there.
What you got to do.
I was not aware of it until just now. I'm sorry.
What you got to do is you got to go to Bucs Latest on YouTube. Okay. It's under the Fan Arch Network. Just go to Bucs Latest. You'll see my mug right there. Some people say it's an ugly mug. I say, maybe some people say it's a face for radio, whatever. I'm doing my salt and pepper thing there with the beard. I'll be right there, Bucs Latest. We got over 300 subscribers. Like and subscribe to it. How about that?
I will. What about Levante David?
All right. Well, Levante David, of course, had knee surgery. The comments recently here suggest that he may come back. The ball's in his court. Jason Light, Todd Bowles have said the ball's in his court. If he wants to come back, then he'll come back. What do you say? You think he comes back? You think Levante David right there, that signed jersey? You love that. I love that. It looks so good. Right there.
I know, it's cool.
Isn't it? Definitely cool. Isn't it? And we'll be at the expo, by the way, next week. So we could have Anthony Booger McFarland on here. We could have Rondé Barber, Keenan McCardell, Ken Dilger. I mean, The list goes on and on. That's why you got to tune in to the Sports Web. We're expanding, baby. We're expanding. We talked to Tristan.
Peter, I watch every one of your shows, and when I get a chance, I call in, bro. You know that.
I appreciate that. I really do.
But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing if he comes back. I mean, I think he'd be good for the locker room. I'm not sure if I would start him, but
I think he'd be good for the locker room.
All right. Well, I think Levante David does earn a starting spot on this team. Any way it goes, he's a leader. I do. I think he still has something left in that tank, and I think he will come back. That's my prediction.
Okay.
All right, Ed. Appreciate the call.
All
Remember, Bucs latest.
Right,
Bucs latest, right? Bucs latest. Say it. Bucs latest.
Bucs latest.
All right. Say this. Bring your passion.
Bring the passion.
Bring your excitement.
Bring the excitement.
Just don't bring any nonsense.
Just don't bring any nonsense.
Now do it all together like you're a professional. Come on, do it.
All right. Bring the passion. Bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense.
Boom. Boom shakalaka. All right, Ed. Use that second call if you want to, my friend. All right.
Hey, Peter, just 1 second.
Yeah.
How's your friend doing?
Which one?
Harry.
Harry's been sick lately here. He just called in, so it was cool to hear from him, but he's been sick lately. So we're giving Harry a little time off here. It's the calm before the storm. I got this ship. I'm never going to go down with the ship. If we go down with the ship, you're all going down with me, okay? We'll have a good time doing it.
Well, let him know I'm pulling for him, and you have a great night, sir. Go Bucs.
All right, go Bucs. He said go Bucs, go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Stop. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
It is exciting time.
We got the dub, baby.
It is absolutely exciting.
Fire the cannon.
I love that.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Every time you guys say go Bucs, they go to the Bucs. I'll give you a Ric Flair in there, too. Woo! All right, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 on a happy
hump day
edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. The questions are out there for the night, Bucs Nation and Go Bucs fans. And by the way, somebody was watching the show. They weren't saying I was loud enough on the broadcast. What you got to turn up that volume a little bit. I know I'm loud enough here. The questions for the night, though. Adam Schefter reporting from ESPN today that Trey Hendrickson would be interested in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucs fans, are you interested in Trey Hendrickson? 31 years old. 81 sacks. 81 sacks. That guy is getting it done, right? He is from Orlando, Apopka area there. Again, just a reset in case you missed it from Adam Schefter. I think that he would love to be in Tampa. I'm not saying that. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. He may know something. He may have talked to somebody, some agent, somebody in the know. Just saying, Adam Schefter, I think he would love to be in Tampa. He lives in Point Verde. I don't think the Jaguars have the requisite cap room for him. Easy for me to say. They don't have the cap room. Duval, sorry. Tampa Bay Snake. Tampa Bay would be a great fit. Let's go out to this guy. I believe it's Derek Stevens. Is this Derek Stevens?
This is Derek Stevens. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy. I see the Maniac B. I see you're on TikTok. What do you think? Do I sound good? Do I look good there on TikTok? Am I hurting your screen? What's going on, boss?
Brother, I love seeing you over here. I've made a little venture since last season. As you well know, Peter, you can be the first one to acknowledge the chaos and calamity that is fake news that is spread around social media.
Oh, I agree.
And honestly, the way things were and the way things are over at the other place, I personally have found a better volume of product over there as far as how to push it out. And I'm happy to see you over here because I still have my Facebook and I get over there, but I'm so invested over on the other platform. But it's as soon as I seen you on, I'm like, hell yeah, he's over here. Let's go.
Yeah, man, I figured it out. I mean, I stayed up. I figured it out. Like I said, I joined an agency, the Carter Agency. Thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity there to be a part of your agency and make some quality content. And we're gonna make some content. That's what we do here. We're gonna provide the evolution of sports talk television right in time with the expo coming up, with football players coming up, ex-football players. You know how we do here on the sports web. So, yeah, excited about the expansion of this show, and it'll just to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger in all the platforms. But you're exactly right. I try to mix it around a little bit with Facebook and, of course, YouTube and TikTok, and I think they're all valuable, right? They're all valuable commodities.
Absolutely.
So tell me, Trey Hendrickson to the Bucs. You like this move? You like these rumors that are coming out today?
Yeah, there's actually, there's like three things I'd like to touch on. That's the first one, honestly.
Okay.
If you're looking at what we've got coming forward, if he had look, one of the people that I do listen to in national syndicated media.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I try not to, but Adam Schefter's pretty close to on point when he says things are going to happen or are likely to happen. Doesn't mean they're going to happen, but there's a good chance that the stuff he's saying has a lot of validity. Now, coming to what I think it could do for the Bucs, I think if all of what he said was true, then for me, I would feel Max would want to get paid, but would be more willing to work with the Buccaneers because we're not a team that's on the bottom of the rung.
No.
A few good pieces and staying healthy, and we can compete with any team in the league.
I agree with you on that. And you got to stay healthy. I mean, and a lot of people, again, a lot of fans have a bad taste in their mouth from last year. You start out 6-2, you end off at 2-7. You have to win one of those games versus the Dolphins and the Falcons and the Saints. And you're not able to win one of those games because you win one of those games. You win the NFC South, and nobody's talking about it. Probably, Todd Bowles haters and fans of Bucs Nation are talking about still firing him because they're not satisfied with just winning the division, and I get that. But you're exactly right. The talent is here. You've got to stay healthy, and you definitely got to solidify that defense. The defense the last couple of years has been the Achilles heel. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, and that's why I'm excited about Hendrickson. I love Crosby. I've said it. He's a generational talent. He comes in right away and makes a difference. The problem is you're going to have to give up multiple picks. I'm not sure Jason Light's going to do that. You may have to give up a player or two. I'm not sure Jason Light wants to do that. So, the lesser of those would be to go after Trey there from
Trey
the Bengals.
Hendrickson, yeah.
Trey Hendrickson, get him, and then you keep your picks, and then you're able to, cook, as we say there. Jason Light, Mike Greenberg, and everybody else a part of that organization. Tremendous.
Absolutely. Well, let me two more things real quick, and I want to get your opinion on it and your thoughts on it, and see what you think, and then I'll let you get back to the rest of your audience. One, something that happened today, really big news. I was ironically stunned, to be quite clear. And the Buccaneers, speaking from my experience with the Buccaneers, they have a habit of releasing players that are your lower to mid-level players, per se, and then re-signing them, not necessarily to get a taste of the restructure, but just the all-around scope of the money and how it would work in that situation.
Of course.
Sean Tucker, you talked about injuries. The guy stayed healthy. He's been a hell of a plug-and-play player for this offense. This last season, he went crazy. Now, he didn't go crazy as far as yards, but his impact on the scoreboard was 7 plus touchdowns.
7 touchdowns, 24 years old. Yeah, and this is from Jeremy Fowler. This was reported about an hour and a half ago from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. The Bucs were not tender restricted free agent Sean Tucker.
Correct.
Instead, he will become a free agent. He serves as the team's third back behind Rachaad White, who most likely is gone. Bucky Irving coming off shoulder surgery. Tucker played a career-high 177 snaps on offense last season, getting 94 touches, 354 yards, and 8 touchdowns in 3 seasons with the Bucs. Tucker played 45 games, totaled 151 carries, 651, 9 touchdowns, along with 19 catches and 152 yards and 2 touches.
Yeah.
So there's a risk there. I think they may want to upgrade. That's why I said Tyler Algier or somebody like that, especially in Algier.
And that's where I'm leading with that release and leaving 2, because we still have Josh Williams, right? Or did we get rid of him?
The running back room right now, you just have Bucky Irving. You're going to have to
It's just Bucky Irving. So Bucky was the last one after Sean Tucker. Okay.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, based off of that, I honestly felt like that was a clear sign. Tyler Algiers is probably a likelier filler for the running back room, and maybe even draft one, this season, because there's actually quite a few. I actually watched the combine this weekend. There's quite a few good running backs in the draft this year.
Listen, Derek, you don't have to go crazy and go and get a Julian Love. I mean, a lot of people say, well, if he's there at 15, you take him. You can get a running back in the later rounds. Good stuff, Derek.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the call as always. Use that second one if you want to, my friend. Keep on killing it. All right.
All right, brother. Love seeing you, man.
Yeah, love it too, brother. All right. Good stuff. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Going back to it, I'm surprised by that because to me, Tucker, We heard in the offseason last year, a lot of potential. They really like him, career snaps there. I guess they're looking to move on. Or maybe just looking for him to test the market, see where his market's at. Because they can always re-sign him. But why not, tender him? I guess they're trying to move on. I guess they're trying to upgrade, which I have no problem with. Because they didn't have a good running game. I mean, that's the reason why you hire Zach Robinson in the first place. And people say, well, look, you got Bijan Robinson. Okay, you don't have Bijan Robinson on this team. Oh, that's a fair assessment. But you do have a quality offensive line. You got to keep them healthy, especially those guards. Left, right guard. They got to stay healthy at this point. I mean, that's the key to this offensive line. They could be one of the best units in the National Football League, but they got to stay healthy. You can't be, moving your center to left tackle and moving your right tackle to left and moving rookies in and out. It's going to hurt your development of those young players, especially Graham Barton, which, a lot of Bucs fans right now are thinking that he's a bust. I just say when you're Graham Barton and the first game you're playing left tackle and then you're moving back to center and then you got to play with two guys that you don't know, nothing against them. They're backups for a reason. Michael Jordan, that's the only thing you know about his name. It ain't Michael Jordan. It ain't Sir Ernest. It ain't him. He wasn't good at all. The other guy wasn't that good. Dan Feeney. So you don't have Bretterson, you don't have this guy, and you don't have that consistency. We always talk about it when it comes to players on the field. You've got to have that consistency with your line. That's how you build a football team. That's the guts of it. The offensive line, the defensive line. So you have all those injuries to your offensive line. That's the reason why your offense most likely struggled. And then on top of it, Baker Mayfield with multiple injuries, with the offensive line already being hurt. So you got to get back to that running game. Whether that's Bucky Irving, which there's a lot of people who doubt that he's a third down back with the injury of the shoulder. You need at least 2 to 3 good running backs. Tyler Algier fits the bill. He knows Zach Robinson's offense from the Atlanta Falcons. He's a free agent. Now, my question is, right, Bucs fans, right, Webheads, right, Tampa Bay sports fan, does he want starting money? Is there a team out there that's looking to give him starting running back money? Because if not, I definitely think he's in a Bucs uniform. I'll throw that prediction out there. And I think he becomes an asset because he runs hard. He runs north and south. He's got a little wiggle, little explosive nature to him, can catch the ball. Knows Zach Robinson's offense, probably good in pass protection. That's what you need. You need that guy that's going to give Bucky that rest. And then you go into the draft, you get one of these young kids in the later rounds because you don't necessarily look. Sean Tucker's an unrestricted free agent. I mean, right now he was undrafted. They got him out of Syracuse because he had a heart problem, but he was an undrafted guy. Isaiah Pacheco for the Kansas City Chiefs. What is he, a 7th round pick? How many running backs? The kid for the Chicago Bears, wasn't he 7th round running back? I mean, you can find them. You can find running backs in later rounds. Like, you're not in dire need. Jason Light, they know this. They've done their recruiting. They have a plan here. The phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. We'll go back out to the comments, continue to read. Thank you very much there on TikTok right now, growing to 15 viewers. Love that. We're on also Facebook right now, Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, YouTube, the bread and butter right there. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. YouTube super chats. You like the content, give to the content. Facebook stars are open, all monetization across those platforms. That's what we do here. That's how we make it work. That's how we make it happen here on Monday and Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. Let's see here. Christopher Cole, evening peeps. Happy birthday to your dad. Thank you. I read some of these, so I want to read. I don't want to continue to read. Mike Evans, fatigue, laugh out loud. Sorry about that. I'll go back to that. Do you feel more confident with BA coming out with those comments last week? Again, senior advisor. He knows the ins and outs of the organization. I don't think it's very tough to re-sign Evans. I mean, it's just a matter of just meeting somewhere in the middle. You know, Mike loves Tampa. Tampa loves Mike. Chris Godwin went through this last year, was actually rehabbing more. So Mike is, and I think Evans earned the right to check the market and then bring the market back. Now, listen, they could have franchised him. It would have cost them $28 million. You didn't have to sign that contract. Could have been a placeholder. But they're being good business people about this. This is the loyalty. This is the type of relationship they have with Mike Evans. This is the type of relationship that Jason Light has with Mike Evans and Mike Evans has with them. There's a mutual respect. There's not like a lot of Bucs fans would paint and say, you know what, Mike Evans doesn't want to be a part of this organization anymore. I think what he wants, I'm not a mind reader. I'm a psychic. I don't have the lottery numbers. I can't tell you just off of your sign or whatever what's going to happen. I'm not that. I'm not a palm reader. But what I'm reading between the lines here, I don't think there's any animosity. What I think it comes down to is Evans is getting up there in age, and he wants to see if this Bucs team is going to be competitive, more than competitive. And I can respect that. Because after last year, after that scene against the Atlanta Falcons after the game, did you see that? Do you remember that? Is that the last thing you want to remember from Mike Evans? Because so many great memories. A couple years ago against the Saints, the last game, I told you I was there at the press box. And it seemed like every media member there was like a kid in a candy store. Like we were not media. We were not covering the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We were just fans. Because that whole press box erupted. Because they were so happy for him. Because not only is he a talented player, not only most likely is he a first ballot Hall of Famer, which he should be. Could go down as one of the greatest Buccaneers of all time, if not the greatest Buccaneer of all time, with his legacy. When he talks in the press conference, once again, he comes off as a Rondé Barber guy, a Derek Brooks guy, a lifer. He's going to stay with this team. He's not going to be like Warren Sapp, go to the Raiders for more money. He's not going to go to John Lynch. Not that I don't think John Lynch didn't want to be a part of this team. The Bucs made a business decision when he hurt his neck. They didn't think he was healthy enough, and guess what? They were wrong. They were dead wrong. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Mike Evans in another uniform. But I think, again, what he's looking at the end of the day is, are the Bucs ready to not only be an NFC South contender, but are they ready to win a Super Bowl? And as I told you, it could turn overnight. Nobody thought the New England Patriots and Stephon Diggs, well, still more baby mamas than he had touchdowns last year, we're going to be in the Super Bowl. Nobody. I don't care what anybody says. They're going to be good. They're going to be a dark horse team. Nobody thought they're going to be a Super Bowl. 4-13 to being in the Super Bowl. Now, their offense didn't show up, but they were still in the Super Bowl. That's the point. The Seattle Seahawks were a playoff team, but nobody thought Sam Darnold, the turnover machine that he was. But they had a defense. They had a running game. They were there. They can turn it around. The point is, it's not for long. 1 year, you can be a playoff contender, and the next, you can be a bum. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I told you, I love Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day.
There's just an energy to this. I don't know what it is. We started out a little sad, a little emotional. It just feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good to talk sports? Even though you don't have football on the field, you always got football season here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. All right, Hendrickson is a better pick because we don't have to give up draft picks to get him like we need to do with Crosby. Good stuff there, Rob. Agree. King Cook, 1485. Nah, Hendrickson knows he can come in and start right away in Tampa. Let's keep it 100. That's true. You also want to play for Todd Bowles. You want to play for this defense. You want to be home. Florida's not a bad place. Would you rather live here in Tampa? I get it. The prices are ridiculous. I mean, you work to live, to pay rent and everything like that. We all do. So I got like 400 jobs. Same. But Florida's a nice place for a rich guy. A guy that's from here. The weather's nice usually. When you're not dealing with hurricanes and everything else. It's usually nice. People want to play here. There's lots of things to do. Unlike up north. The elitist attitude of going to New York and Chicago. Nothing against those places, but it's pretty cold. I don't necessarily think that really works in favor of older players. Just saying. Never dealt with the cold before. I mean, when it gets 30, 35 here, I feel like I need to go and get under my covers and like wear like all kinds of layers of clothes because as I always say here on this show, I'm from Florida all my life. I feel like, Floridians are all like Chihuahuas. They don't have the fur to deal with it when it comes to the weather here, especially when it gets cold. I don't know how the football players deal with it. I mean, dealt with Cincinnati. I'm sure he's probably tired of that whole situation. What a mess that is, huh, Tom?
That's good enough to suck right there.
That defense stinks. Organization stinks. I mean, you want to talk about trying to ruin a franchise quarterback in Joe Burrow? There you go. That's why it's so important when that guy gets to the Super Bowl. People go, well, he'll be back one of these days. Not so sure. Not so fast, my friend, as the great Lee Corso used to say. Not so fast. Ask Dan Marino. You don't build around that quarterback. You don't give him the proper pieces. You don't give him a running game. You don't give him an offensive line. You can't keep him upright. You don't have a defense that can stop a common cold. That's what happens. So if you want to point out the deficiencies with Baker Mayfield, which we have on this show when it comes to turnovers and situations like that, look no further than the Cincinnati Bengals, please, because it could be a lot worse. All right. Hell yeah. Who wouldn't want to play for Bowles? He gives you so many days off during the year and then runs half-ass practices. That's every player's dream coach. Thank you, David. As always, I thought that was going to come from you, and you did not disappoint.
Oh, yeah.
King, Cook, Hendrickson, and Crosby are better than any D lineman we have. I don't care about their ages. I agree. That he comes in right away. He gets paid big time money. He's your best edge rusher. That's the reason why you use free agency, right? You mess up on the draft. We talked about it. JTS, Chris Braswell, 2.5 sacks. Not going to get it done. And they have high hopes for David Walker. They have high hopes for Elijah Cansey. We know Cansey, he could stay healthy. Again, staying healthy. Big time factor. Big time factor for this team. It is. Absolutely. Wow. Thank you very much, guys. They're on TikTok sending me roses and diamonds. Diamonds are forever, right? I love that. Shine bright like a diamond. Love that. If you guys don't know what the diamonds or the roses are, I guess it's money for TikTok. So thank you very much. They're webheads on TikTok. It's always good. Let's go out to the hill mark there. Another guy, Wisconsin, big time Bucs fan, and Packer country. He says, if you want solid Bucs info with just great Bucs talk, the Sports Web is where you should be. Much love to you, Peter and Harry. Thank you very much, sir. Let's go out to David. Don't be shocked if he doesn't look at Jacksonville too, because now they're a playoff team. How long will that last, though? Again, we talk about it. 1 year, you win the division. The next year, you're a bum. Hope we can get Trey, says John. Thank you very much for tuning in right there. Chris Cole, Trey is going to have to take a pay cut if he wants to play in Tampa. I would be comfortable with him at 15 to 17 for 1 year because of the injuries. If he balls out, then re-signs him. All right, good stuff there, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to King Cook, 1485. Hendrickson is going to take a pay cut for what? Laugh out loud. Players want to get paid to secure their future and family's future. He doesn't owe Tampa anything. He does not owe Tampa anything. He's definitely looking to cash in. And I always say this, like everybody's like, pay this and pay that. Like, I'm not a capologist. I failed college math and probably should have failed high school math and should fail in life when it comes to trying to budget my checkbook. I don't even have any checks because of it. My bank account. So I'm not about to tell anybody how to work their money. They're capologists over there. They know what they're doing. They know how to make that money work and how to be flexible with it. But of course, there's a certain range of money and how you do it and, how it looks 1 year and the next year, how it looks, right? We know that. We know that Jason Light's been able to do that. That's why they've been so successful in signing their own players. But this is the time where you have to be aggressive. I continue to say it over and over again. You have to be aggressive if you're Jason Light and crew. Especially after missing last season as one of the premier pass rushers. Doesn't happen. Brent, one of my new web heads. What's up, man? What's up with you?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Hendrickson is 50 years old. Lies. Loud and wrong there, Brent, like always. He is not 50 years old. He is 31. Come on. King Cook says, I bet you between Hendrickson and Crosby, one of them would have gotten that sack on 3rd and 28 or 4th and 14. I bet that. There you go. That's what you're paying for, right? I don't want to dig into the scab when it comes to Bucs fans because we always talk Bucs and Rams. But how about, Ndamukong Suh, just 1 second away? If you got one of those pass rushers, do they get there on that zero blitz to Matt Stafford? Most likely they do. But that's what they've been missing. Like, they haven't had that pass rush since Shaq Barrett and JPP have gone. And that defense with Todd Bowles thrived under that. With those pass rushers, you got to get that back. You got to rush 4. Like Seattle did it. Like emulation league, getting after the quarterback. That's what you got to do. You got to get back to that. You got to get back to getting after the quarterback. So good stuff there. I'm right. Hey, Peter, hope life is well for you. I'm not liking the route of this football team going into next year. Sorry. Tell me why. Give me a call. Let me know what you think here. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. He's a poor man's Reddick. And how did that turn out? I was just saying that Light will probably do a Shaq deal. Trey had a core and back injuries last season. King Cook, Hendrickson is way better than Reddick at any point in his career. You tripping. Well, I will say this. Reddick had 59 sacks too. But he was coming off a disappointing year with the Jets. We were thinking, it's an anomaly. It's the Jets. It's where careers go to die. But didn't do much of anything last year either. But Trey Hendrickson has been a consistent force. A double-digit sack nightmare for opposing teams. Got to get that. Let's go out to Claude here. Hello from Akron, Ohio. Hello to you. Thank you. Let's go out to King Cook. Happy birthday, Papa Blake. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Yes! Yes!
Let's go out to David here. Happy birthday, Mr. Blake. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Boy Wonder, KR, right there. Evening, Peter. Happy heavenly birthday to your father, buddy. I think Trey Hendrickson would be a nice piece, but we definitely need to upgrade this defense. I hope MK13 comes back. He says, go Bucs, go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Stop. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
It is exciting time.
Fire the cannon.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
How about them Bucs, baby?
All right, there we go. All right, to absolutely agree with that. Again, I think they all work in conjunction, right? You get Hendrickson. You start to show Mike that you're serious. You bring back Levante David, and then presto, Mike Evans is re-signed. I think that's what it comes down to. It's just that simple. Like, I'm agreeing with BA here. Libra to Libra. I agree with BA. It's that simple. You want him signed, get him signed. He loves Tampa. They love him. Let's make it happen. Let's go to the negotiating table and make this happen. All right, let's go out to Sun Devil Dave. Yes, out there in Arizona. What's going on, boss? How you doing?
Man, thank you again for wasting my time, and goodbye for everybody.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And then this is a celebration of your father's birthday?
It is a celebration. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it
God
is.
Bless you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
God bless you, dude. That's awesome. Thanks for having me on the show again. I'm pretty excited to be on here again. I had a crazy week. I want to give out a quick shout out, first of all, to Bobby Hurley and the Arizona State Seminoles beat Kansas last night. I don't know if you saw that.
How about that? That is a real team, isn't it?
Kansas, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Kansas is actually 0-5 in Tempe overall, lifetime. And I think that's going to be Bobby Hurley's last home game with Arizona State because, they didn't extend his contract. So I want everyone to just remember I used to talk about Jason Williams, white chocolate?
Yes.
You know who the original white chocolate I think is Bobby Hurley. Go on YouTube and look at his highlights.
Oh, I remember Bobby Hurley. I remember him defensively.
Man,
I remember him at Duke with Christian Laettner and Grant Hill and Thomas. I remember that team. I hated that team, but at the time they were quality team. Yeah.
But one of the best point guards ever. Hopefully we'll see him somewhere else. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be with Arizona State after this year, but again, big shout out also again. I'm going to follow, of course, USF
Sure.
When they're going to be under NCAA run.
We talked to Jason Powers about that the other night. We talked to Jason Powers about that the other night about USF, if they were real or not. And he said they are real. They're absolutely real. So
I want to get to a name for Bucs free agency noon, but before I do that, breaking news on we got to do a little bit of a Chicago takeover here.
Okay.
Bears are going to lose their center Dahlman to retirement.
Yeah, he retired, 27 years old. Yes.
Kind of similar to what Marpet did, right? Wasn't he 27 or 28?
29. He was 29 years old. 29, yes, it definitely hurt the offensive line. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that. There's a rumor that the Bears might go after the Commanders center, Baganese. I got his name, Tyler something.
Okay.
But they said they could get him at a reasonable price. I think it's better probably to get a veteran center than to go after one in a draft. That's just my opinion. Because they need to keep that offensive line going. Because Dahlman was a Pro Bowl. I mean, he was part of that whole, not a Pro Bowl, but he's worked with the other two guys too. A kid from Kansas City, I believe, and they had a great line as far as pass block rate and run block rate. They were in the top 3, top 5.
Right.
So a little bit nervous that he's leaving, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to throw a name out there for Buccaneers.
Well, Trey Hendrickson, first and foremost, it's been rumored to the Bucs. You like that move?
Well, you were bringing up he has some back issues, right? And the back issues,
he had some core issues. Yeah, I mean, again, his injury there, he only had 4.5 sacks, didn't play that much. But the 2 years before had double-digit sacks of 17.5, and throughout his career, you gotta love it, man. 81 sacks. 81 sacks. So, you haven't had that.
It is, but I want to throw another name. This is fresh off Bucs Wire today.
Throw it out there.
Khalil Mack. What do you think?
No.
Do you think that'll work?
No.
Not even thinking about it. Don't even give him a chance.
No,
wow.
Not even. I like Khalil Mack. I like him 5 years ago. I don't like him now. If you're trying to make
I know he's older, but if you get him at a bargain rate, and you think he could be, when Levante was probably going to leave, I don't know if he's coming back,
Yeah.
You don't think that's a good fit there at a bargain rate?
I know they liked him. He had like 5.5 sacks last year, but it seems like, and just looking at his numbers, ever since he got that big time contract, when he had the double-digit sack season, his production has slipped. And then he's getting older by the year. So, at a bargain rate, but is that going to make this defense top notch? 5 years ago, Khalil Mack now. Nah.
But do you think he'd be a good fit to replace David temporarily, with David possibly coming back healthy?
Well, they play different positions. I mean, David's inside. If you're going to go for Khalil Mack, Khalil Mack is going to go
position. But I mean, as far as a fit in defense,
I think he could fit. I think he could a veteran presence. Yeah, I don't think you would have to sign him to a lot of money. But is that what the kind of move you need to make if you're the Bucs? I mean, Joey Bosa, you throw him out there, 31 years old, only 31, but his production has slipped. He's been able to finally stay healthy last year, but I don't know. I
just wanted to throw the name out because I know a lot of people are talking about Hendrickson and Crosby and maybe going to the draft. I just saw it on the Bucs Wire, and I thought, they're thinking maybe the Bucs might go after him, but we'll see. On this road, I just want to get your opinion. So, I'm just having a great week. I can't wait for March Madness to begin pretty soon. We got World Baseball Classic actually technically starting Friday night against Brazil. So make sure you kind of keep an eye on that.
I'm going to try to keep an eye on it. And we got March Madness coming too.
And March Madness too. So we got a lot of exciting stuff. And then hopefully March 11th is when the free agent signing or the process begins, right?
Well, is it legal tampering is on Monday at noon.
Monday, right?
That's when you start to hear rumors. Well, we got it going.
Big show Monday.
Yes, big show on Monday. Absolutely.
So I wanted to just check in. Have a great rest of the week. Go Bulls in the tournament. Thanks for wasting my time. Good night. Goodbye forever.
Oh, there you go. Care. Sun Devil Dave from Arizona. Good stuff there. Appreciate you as always. Want to go out to TikTok there. Again, 19 viewers total. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate that. Izzy47 says, if you sign David to one more deal, we have to do whatever it takes to get Styles in the draft. I continue to agree with you on that. I think Styles could go top 5 or top 10, especially with the combine that he had. But I think he's perfect for this Bucs team in the fact of he's already gone from being a safety, so he's going to have instincts. He can tackle, didn't miss a lot of tackles last year, played at a high profile program like the Ohio State University. Jason Lant loves those type of players. Todd Bowles loves those type of players. Look at him athletically. I mean, 43 and a half vertical, and just explosive nature. That's what you're saying. It's not just the 40 time. It's the broad jump. It's all of it. It's all there on film too. I mean, anybody surprised by this kid and what he's done at the combine, you got to turn on the tape because he's been amazing. And to make the transition over from being a safety to being a linebacker, 6'4", 244, Todd Bowles even talked about, we want to get bigger positions. Well, that's how you get bigger. The problem is if Styles goes top 5, you're going to have to trade, some premium picks, maybe a player, but most likely a premium pick. How much is it going to cost you? Now, if he starts to slip, which is, it's possible, right? Because the need is not necessarily there for an off-the-ball linebacker. But then again, Styles can be used as a chess piece. You can use him in multiple ways. You can use him as an inside linebacker, blitzer. I mean, that's what I really want to see in a Todd Bowles defense. Think about Devin White, except better technique, just as athletic, more instinctive, more disciplined, more mature. That's what I'm thinking of. And Todd Bowles could definitely use that. Now, I think it's pipe dream because I definitely think he'll go top 5. But if there's somehow he would slip, then I would definitely say Jason Light, go and get him. Or you sit there, you get a Akeem Mesidor. A lot of people say, well, 25 years old. Yeah, but he can rush the passer. There's another rookie guy that can learn under Trey Hendrickson. He's a beast. You at least got him for 6, 7, 8 years. I know he's not a young guy, but he's productive on tape. You get him at 15. Cassius Howell from Texas A&M. He's got the production there. Could be there because his arms aren't long enough. I don't know what the hell that means. I guess that's what the NFL scouts are looking at because the scouts are always right about everything. No, they're not. Ask Tom Brady.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Exactly. Let's go out to Nicholas Jackson, or Nicholas, the realist right there. I believe he's also in Arizona. Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Fire the cannon.
Absolutely.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Absolutely, we'll do it. Anytime you guys say go Bucs, open phone line 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Robert Parker, 65.95, AWJ plus 2026 round 1 pick, 2027 4th round pick for Crosby. I like the deal. Even though we've interviewed AWJ on this show, I don't necessarily think either it's from injury or whatever. He has not been the same player ever since he got the contract extension. I think it's more injury. I hope it's more injury. But if you're willing to, offload that money to get a pass rusher that's going to help that back end out, then you can go into the draft and get yourself a safety, or go into free agency and get yourself a safety. It does create that hole. Bucs, again, didn't make some signings today. We'll get into that in just a moment. Want to go out to these comments, continue to read comments here, because that's what we do here on a Monday and Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. On all these great platforms, including TikTok. I am excited about what is going on right now at TikTok. Yeah, baby. All right, Chris Cole, 45.38. I'm not saying to not go after Trey, but just let the market decide what he's worth before jumping in to overpay for him. Good stuff there. Brandon Spike says, go Buccaneers. Go Buccaneers. Let's see.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Todd? Yeah! Todd again?
It's exciting.
It is exciting, Todd. Yeah, it's absolutely exciting. What about it, Gene?
Fire the cannon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Brandon. Appreciate you as always. Let's go out to Richard Rayborn. Airbnb. I don't know what that's about, but thank you for sending that.
Oh, yeah.
Jose, right there. Jose, thank you very much. Facts. Thank you very much for tuning in as always, my friend. We'll see you at Smart Financial tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Roger Greenberg. Hope we keep Mike Evans. I'm feeling good about it. My percentage is like 95 to 99%. Again, the eternal optimist here, right? But if you watch this show, when it comes to re-signings and free agents, I've been kind of accurate with that. I just say, let those guys over there cook. Let those guys do their thing. Believe in Jason Light. Believe in Mike Greenberg. The organization knows what they're doing when it comes to making contracts and restructuring guys and bringing back players you want to bring back. They didn't want to bring back Sean Tucker. They wanted to bring him back. They would have tendered him. They'll maybe let him test the cap or test the market, if you will. See how much he's worth. Maybe they re-sign it. I think they want a whole reset. Tyler Algier, somebody like that, go in the draft. They want to update that whole running back room. They want to make it better. And it wasn't good. Whether it was the offensive line or not, it wasn't productive enough. You've got to have a better running game. That's where Zach Robinson comes in. Hello, Mr. Blake. Thank you very much for tuning in. Mr. Brandon Spikes.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the Brandon Spikes to play for Florida and New England? Please say yes, because we'd love to have you on the show if that's true. Roger Greenberg, what's up? What's up with you? Thank you very much for tuning in. Raina Smart, let's go, Peter. Let's go. Let's go out to Justin there. The thought of bringing in Kenneth Walker III in the offense would be nice too. It would be. He's not coming back to Seattle. I mean, he's not getting franchised. He's not going back to Seattle. He's going to be able to test free agency. Would that be somebody? I'm not ready to give up on Bucky Irving. I think the Bucs are still to have him in his plans. He's got to get healthy, of course. But he's still in their plans. We've seen Bucky when he's healthy. You get him out in space, he can make things happen. Now is he a 3-down back? I still think he's a 3-down back. He's got to improve. Got to improve in the passing game. Got to improve in the pass protection. He'll have every opportunity. But that running back room certainly looks like it's going to get an update. It doesn't look like it's going to get an update at this point. I think Tyler Algier, if I'm going to make a prediction right now, I believe Tyler Algier will be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer by Monday or Tuesday. Bet me on that. My dad used to say, bet me, Buckwheat. Bet me. I will bet you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out. Whatever running back we get needs to be a pass blocker because Bucky ain't it. Man, come on. You can't throw everything on the offensive coordinator from last year. You heard JP say himself that Todd Bowles has his hands on the offensive play calling. And why did he have his hands on the offensive play calling? Why? Ask yourself, David. It's easy to say, well, he had his hands on the play calling. Well, why did he have his hands on the play calling? Because which we learn, because there's other two sides of the story. It's not just one side of the story that fits the narrative. It's the other side of the story. The reason why you fire Josh Grizzard in the first place is because he's running formations, running game plans and practice and not even doing it in the game time situations. Like, what are we doing here? So maybe that's the reason why Todd Bowles had to intervene in the first place. I mean, there's two sides of the story. Like, I get it, the hatred for Todd Bowles and the record and this and that, but you finally get an offensive coordinator that has a veteran presence that's called plays in the National Football League. Listen, I'm excited, Todd.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. Again, does Todd have his faults? Absolutely he does. We've talked about it. The defense needs to be improved. The linebacking situation needs to be improved. I don't think it's all on Todd, but Todd definitely has to wear it. It's not just defense either. Special teams was bad. We got an update on that. We'll get out to that in just a moment. PR said they would give up on Yaya for Crosby in a pick or two. I don't know about giving up on Yaya Diaby. I like to keep Yaya Diaby. All day long, laugh out loud. Chris Cole, I've subscribed to it as soon as you told us. Thank you, Chris Cole. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bucs latest, guys. What are you missing? You're missing out. Bucs content every day. I love the Sports Web. I love sitting here for 2 hours, taking phone calls, reading comments, blah, 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 blah. As my roommates go crazy, they want to pull their hair out. Why the hell did we have this guy in the first place as our roommate? He doesn't shut up. I used to be a quiet kid. I guess I kind of made up for that. I think I'm made up for that now at this point. I really do. Izzy says, I was thinking the same thing. Let's go Bucs. He says, let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Let's go Bucs.
It's exciting.
Let's go Bucs right there.
Fire the cannon.
Let's go Bucs. Thank you, Izzy. 47 right there. All tuning in right now. 20 viewers on TikTok. How about that? Killing it right now. Thanks, guys. I think you like me. But you're going back to it. Like I was a shy kid, didn't talk much, didn't necessarily have the confidence. Again, making up for that. I forgot the name already. Let's go out to Ed. Peter, go ahead. Text me that information on the network that you wanted me to get on board with. It is Bucs latest. It's on the Fan Arch Network right there. I may keep that in there. You know, I don't have Tampa Joe's, but I have LTX. My guy right there, Julio. Somebody says, end the show and call me. Well, that's Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. I don't know if I'm going to end the show at this point because we still got callers and we got plenty of people watching right now. So, but again, Fan Arch Network, Bucs Latest, every day, 5 days a week, 10 to 15 minutes or more. And I read fan comments on Friday, not every day, because if I had to read them every day, then that's all we'd be doing. You know me, I love to read the fan comments. And some of them are stupid and pessimistic, and that's okay. And we allow that there on the Fan Arch Network on, of course, Bucs Latest news channel there. So, all right. So, hey, Peter, go ahead. Okay, so Bucs Latest. Let's circle back here. We'll read the rest of these comments and get out of here. I forgot the name already. Gotcha. David says, I'm interested if he's going to rush the quarterback like 90% of the time. I got to go out to this guy because he just texted me and said, in the show. And I'm like, I can't. Let's go out to this guy.
Mr. Kennedy!
Best of the Bay, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. What's going on? Welcome to the Evolution on a
Update
edition. What's going on, boss? Lots of Bucs rumors. Trey Hendrickson to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, according to Adam Schefter. Mike Evans possibly re-signing. Levante David possibly coming back. The doom and gloom of Buccaneer Nation, I believe, is just so oversaturated when it comes to social media. We try to bring it back here on the sports web, try to bring some positive encouragement, being an eternal optimist and watching this team. I mean, what do you think, man? Trey Hendrickson, we'll start out there. Welcome to the Evolution, my friend.
Brother, I'm not gonna dispel or let anybody. I'm not gonna bring anyone down. I'm not gonna try to talk reason. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's so weird because I hate sensationalism. But when I think about what Trey Hendrickson, the Ponte Verde kid, bringing him back, the Apopka kid, went to the same school Warren Sapp went to, bringing a dog like that back at whatever cost, narrative moving forward. And I look at what maybe Todd Bowles didn't hire a bunch of new coordinators on defense because he still has the people he wants to do to run his thing, and he realizes the impact a player like this. And he's also he brings his lunchbox to work. But I was going to say it's weird. The sensationalism part for me is that when I think about what a Trey Hendrickson could mean for the Bucs or what it might take to bring him here, it reminds me of what it took for the Packers to bring Reggie White when he was fighting free agency back in 1992. And I hate to compare Trey Hendrickson to Reggie White, but it was the impact that Reggie had there in Green Bay. And I think the impact that Trey Hendrickson can have here with this team and some of the young teams, especially a young linebacking core, we're going to have to start working on.
I agree with you on that. And it's not going to, preclude you from, giving up number one picks and all kinds of draft capital at that point and possible players like, Antoine Winfield Jr. or Chris Godwin. So it's a win-win situation. You still get a productive player, even though he's a couple years older, 3 years older than Max Crosby, 81 sacks. He's a Florida native. It seems like he wants to play for the Bucs. I think, again, players around the league, they have respect for Todd Bowles. By the way, the players poll came out. What was it? A B-? Once again, killing the narrative that Todd Bowles is such a terrible coach. According to the players around the league, they love him.
Yeah, well, the defensive coordinator grade was an A-, which again, Todd probably told the guys, look, you can go B- on coach, but you better give me an A for defensive coordinator because you guys remember I wear two hats.
Right, exactly. All right.
No, but I don't want to. Again, great show tonight, but I'll let you go. But I just wanted to go ahead and say that I just love the fact that. I love the fact. I'll talk to you about the other thing later on, brother, but great show tonight. And I appreciate you taking my call.
Absolutely, man. As always, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. Don't be a stranger, my friend. All right.
You know it, brother. See you.
All right. See you. Good stuff there. All right. So we read this comment. I'm interested. He's going to rush the quarterback like 90% of the time. But if he's going to fall back into coverage over 50% of the time, I don't want them because we're going to have to help roll coverage over to him to help him leave other spots open. I agree with that. You got to get him to rush the passer. You got to change your defense up. And I definitely think Todd Bowles is going to make those adjustments along with the new, exciting, young defensive coaches that have come aboard on the new staff there. I agree. Would the Raiders want to make the deal? We'll see. Takes two to tango, right? For all those Bucs fans saying no to Hendrickson and Crosby, then who? Exactly. We talked about it. Adolphe Owe, 7.5 sacks. I remember these names are just blowing off on my head at this point. Like I said, I always think sports football, Bucs latest. After the show, going to record an edition of that on the Fan Arts Network. Kid, 27 years old from the Chargers, 7.5 sacks, gets traded from Baltimore, shows out. Boye Mafe from the Seattle Seahawks. Why did the Seahawks get rid of him? He's not going to have the opportunity. Young player, has never gotten the opportunity to prove himself as a starter full time. When he did, he was highly productive. Maybe that's somebody the Bucs look at. But is that the move? Is that the move that's going to put you over the top? Is that the move? Is that the splash? People go, well, Jason Light in the past has not done those splashy moves. Well, guess what? Some of this stuff has worked, but some of it is not. And desperate times call for desperate measures. Let's go out to Alex. Alex, using your second call. Welcome back to the Evolution.
Yes. Great show, by the way. Great show.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Listen, so like I said, as I was saying earlier about the Bucs, listen, you know what I think is happening undercover?
Tell me what's happening undercover here.
I think
don't give me no doom and gloom scenario here, because you gave me some doom and gloom scenario. Come on, give me something positive here.
No. I'm gonna tell you what I think's actually going on.
All right, tell me.
Because Mike Evans loves the Bucs so much and loves Tampa Bay and respected what he's given them or what they've given him and his family for the last 12 years. Has it been 12 years? Yeah, 12 years. Because he should be entering his
13th year. Yeah, how about that, huh?
Yeah.
13
Lucky
years.
number 13.
Where's the time go, by the way? Where's it go? And I can tell you, listen, I'll give you a story really quick. I'm there with my father. We're watching the draft. I got a report from somebody very close to the situation that the Bucs were looking at Johnny Manziel. Now, I've got made fun of for that comment because I was at broadcasting school. Another terrible broadcast if you want to see what a terrible camera shot looks like, terrible lighting and audio, but put it out there because I got the source. And of course, Jason Light confirmed this. They were looking at him as a quarterback, and I was told up and down that they were not interested in Mike Evans. When they drafted Mike Evans, I swear to God, I was disappointed. And my dad looked at me and goes, what do you want? They got Mike Evans, got a big wide receiver. Give it a chance, son. Give it and of course, me wanting to always be right about something over everybody else. And it's looking at it from the aspect of, damn, that guy's a Hall of Famer. Damn, that was the right pick at the time. And it was not Manziel as the quarterback at the time. But I was trusting my source. I wanted to be right for the simple purpose of, hey, this guy's legit. Like, he knows what he's talking about. And, of course, I look like an idiot at the time. But then again, Jason Light, came out. So that's a story, again, draft time.
And
with my dad.
By the way, great story. And
Thank you.
God bless you and your father, and happy birthday to him from heaven. And
he's the best, man.
It's his birthday, right?
Yeah, it was his birthday. Yeah, it's his birthday today. We always honor him on his birthday, and we honor him when
God
he
bless
passed
him,
away.
and I know he's looking down on you. I know he's a very proud of all your accomplishments.
Thank you.
Especially of late, by the way. You've been doing some new stuff. I've been watching you, man, and I'm a big, and you and me have had our little head bumping, but I've always been a big fan of you.
No, us head bump? Oh no, not us, Alex.
We're gonna have one of those.
We're gonna have one again.
We're gonna have one of those race talk head bumping here pretty soon. No, I'm kidding, but listen,
I'm looking forward to that.
Just real quick, because it's getting late.
Yeah, I gotta end this show because I gotta do Bucs latest here after this. I gotta
yes,
keep
you do.
on
Yes,
looking.
you. Which, by the way, I love that you do that now. By the way, just real quick.
Yes.
What's going on undercover? I think because Mike Evans' relationship with the Bucs and everything that he's done for his career, I think they're having talks right now, right? I think talks are happening right now behind the scenes. I think Mike Evans already knows his decision. I think so did the Buccaneers. Rather, that's with or without Tampa. But I think everything is going to solely rely on what happens with Bucs or with Mike Evans. And I think that's going to come out very soon. And I think that's going to happen within the next week, right?
It's going to be less than a week. I think you're going to start hearing rumors on Sunday and Monday.
I think unrestricted free agents or unrestricted free agents are able to sign as soon as, I think, at the end of this week, right?
Well, listen, the legal tampering period, let me put this out there.
Legal
tampering period, the legal tampering period, whatever the hell that is. What the hell? It's tampering, okay? But it's a legal tampering period by the NFL. They put it in place so the teams and they can talk to their respective agents and players like that on that Monday at noon. And then you start to hear rumors come out all that day. So Bucs fans, don't lose your mind when there's rumors that come out about Mike Evans. But I'm saying before then, who knows? If something happens on Sunday, you know that I'm going to have my ass on this camera saying Mike Evans re-signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know this all too well.
And listen, Peter, I'm going to say this too. I guess I hope it does happen. But what I'm saying is I just want to make sure that, and again, Jason Licht said at the combine, he said this: I'm going to rely solely heavily on the draft this year, as he's always done. Jason Licht has been known to not go out here and get a bunch of unrestricted or free agents like that. He's always relied heavily on the draft. Emeka Egbuka. I mean, look at all these young stucks, or these young Bucks who showed out even last year. Take a Parrish, another one we can talk about.
Sure.
Just these young guys that have came in here, and maybe that's what he does again. But I just think, whether you keep Mike or not, the defense is clearly our issue. I do think Lavonte David does retire.
Okay.
This man has had to have his knee drained every game. I mean, that right there is so hard to do.
Yep.
And age gets to you. But if you sign Mike Evans, which I don't know what's going to happen, I think there's a 40-60% chance.
Okay.
I think there's a 40% chance he comes back. But anyway, let me end with this. You have to get some leadership on that defense, regardless. Maybe it's a Trey Hendrickson. Maybe it's a Max Crosby by somehow. I don't think that happens, because if you get Trey Hendrickson, and here's why I like him.
Well, it's one or the other.
It's
either Max Crosby or Hendrickson at this point.
No, it's going to be Hendrickson, and I'll tell you why I think that's our best option over Crosby. Okay. You're going to have to pay, but you don't have to give up a lot of draft picks to get Hendrickson. Versus if you get Crosby, he's expensive, and you're going to have to give up for him. And I just don't think the Bucs, in the way that Jason Licht has always been, he's not going to oversell himself.
Yeah.
I think a Hendrickson, even the fact that he says he wants to be in Tampa, this man should be signed tomorrow. A great leader, sure, he's coming back for some injury. But, I mean, he's not super expensive, but he can be explosive. And I think that's just the one. Obviously, you're going to need some pass rush help. Maybe you do that in the draft. I don't know, but got to get a leader on that defense. If Lavonte David retires, you have no one on that defense that can actually lead this team. You have to get a veteran. Going back to what you said, and I'll get out of here. That's where the other part of me says I don't want Mike Evans to go, because you have to a lot of young talent on the Bucs offense.
Sure.
Even Chris Godwin, he's only 29 years old.
29 years old, yeah.
I mean, you don't have a lot of veteran guys. You have still Emeka Egbuka, still very young. Dylan McMillan, he's still kind of young. You don't have that veteran guy. Listen, a lot of people don't know what impact just seeing Mike Evans on the sideline does, even when he's hurt. But I just wish and hope that if the Bucs do re-sign Mike Evans, he can stay healthy and just get those. I know he wants them yards.
Yeah, of course he does.
And you can't tell me otherwise. That man wants to end his career, no matter where he's at, getting as many receiving yards as possible and going out knowing that not only are you going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame in the wide receiver room, I call it, but you're one of the best. And I think Mike Evans knows that his time is almost up, and he's going to go out with a bang.
Love it.
Peter, great show, my man.
Thank you, man.
We got to talk some race.
We will.
Some race stuff soon. Happy birthday to your heavenly Father. He's looking down on you, proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep doing the great things you're doing, and I love and appreciate all you do.
Hey, man, appreciate you as always, Alex. Thanks a lot for the support over the years, and even we we butt heads. You're always a brother to me on this show, man. I love you, brother.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, we gotta get some Rays talking soon.
Well, we'll get some Rays talk. You owe
Bucs,
me a G, by the way. Once they put those shovels in the ground for that new stadium, that's gonna happen,
dude.
my friend.
Listen, I put this on everything that is.
You owe me on
even
that.
Even on the sports web right now at 11:17 at night.
Yes.
By the way, I'm in Ohio right now. I'm here for like 3 months. But anyway, all the way from Ohio, if they put those shovels in that dirt,
oh yeah,
I got that $1,000 I owe you.
All right. Sounds good, Alex. Appreciate you as always.
All right, buddy. I'll see you, pal.
All right. See you later. Love it. I believe him. Don't bet me now, man. I'm going to hold you to that. All right. We'll read the rest of these comments. We'll get out of here for the night. Appreciate you guys as always. You guys are killing it. Absolutely freaking killing it on YouTube, killing it on Facebook, killing it on Instagram Live, on TikTok. Beautiful. For all those Bucs fans saying no to Hendrickson and Crosby, then who? Yeah, we talked about that. Let's go out to Scott Valdez, another new web head on this show. Definitely need Algier. I think that's going to happen. You saw that tonight. We'll get to those Bucs moves in just a moment. Let Mike go, says Brent. Edward Gross, Bucs latest. Thank you, Justin. Hopefully you subscribe. No, he ain't. I like Mike. Chris Cole. The draft is loaded with edge rushers. There's a few good edge rushers in free agency. Why not double dip at the middle linebacker and edge rusher? Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you on that. Oh, yeah. Let's go out to Brent. I do think he wants to win a Super Bowl. Brent says we are not a Super Bowl contender. Again, I'm going to preface it. Yet. Make the moves. I feel like I'm like Marv Albert at this point. Yes. There's a joke there, and I'm not going to go ahead and explore it. It's too late. Sapp and Lynch both deserve to get paid, though. They had to make the moves to get their contracts. Agree. Chris Cole, who would you say is a contender? I don't know, but it ain't us. We haven't dominated this division yet. Brent, Chris says we have a quarterback that throws fourth quarter picks. You ain't winning a Super Bowl playing like that. Brent says Reddick was trash. He was not good. Brent, I'm going to give Baker another chance this year. I hope he does not let me down. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, Brent. Totally skipped my comment. No, I didn't. I read your comments. I did read your comment. Did I not read your comment? I saw what you wrote there. You don't feel good about this year. Yeah, right here. I read this. I know how you feel, but I hope that, I hope this turns around for you. I do. Did you write another comment here? Because I'm trying to get everybody's comments. Sometimes I miss them. So you just have to. Yeah, I don't see any other comments here. I'm right. I appreciate you commenting as always. Let's continue to read here, and then we will get out of here for the night because I'm running it up, and then I got to do another show there on Bucs Latest if you didn't hear already. Like and subscribe to that. Over 300 subscribers, trying to build that network up, trying to build that channel up. As the kids would say, let's stand on business. Bucs Nation and Bucs fans out there, like and subscribe to Bucs Latest. Yes, I said stand on business. I had to do it. I don't know. All right. I just like it. I don't know why I like it. I just like it. I like 21 Savage. I like what the kids are listening to these days. I feel like a kid sometimes. My dad would say I'm a kid. Still, I was his kid. I was his boy. He was my papa. All right, so I'm not going to get emotional. So I didn't accept your comment. I read your comment. Happy birthday, brother. Thank you to my father. We got no choice at this point, but we know what Baker is going to give us. Justin says, well, if we have to trade up to get Sonny Styles, it's definitely worth it. Cleveland's pick is for sale. Trading with Cleveland at 6 makes sense. That's a good point. Oh, yeah. Mr. Kosamides, thank you for tuning in as always. Still butthurt by Liam. I wish him the best. We should use Jacksonville as our farm team. All teams are dreaming about Max and Hendrickson. Might be time to ditch the Deadwood trade. Godwin, he's one crossing pattern away from retirement. Ask Mike, take Veterans League minimum. He's probably going to play in 6 games next year. Trey hopefully isn't the next Anthony Munoz. Wow, there's a name. Like that 1970s Ford Mustang with the original dry rot tires. Father time, undefeated Levante David. I didn't enjoy, I think he said, watching last year. Good comments, Kosamides. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. My butt hurt. I'm just saying, it's to kind of become a thing here on this show. Crosby is not the solution. Nick Herberg is the way to go. We trade our pick 15 to Steelers 21. We give them our second round pick in 27. Braswell, and we get Herberg. Then we sign Hendrickson in free agency. Lamar, Aloha, Peter H. Blake. Aloha to you.
Oh, yeah.
All the way in Oregon. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Wait up, no, boy. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
He's excited.
Go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
Go Bucs. Good stuff there. Christopher Cole says Gruden spent too much. Old offensive players didn't have the money for Sapp and Lynch and more. Yeah, they did a terrible job when it came to the cap. But the chickens came home to roost, right? You went all in. You got all these free agents. You won your Super Bowl. The players got old. You tried to do it in 2003. You couldn't do it. And then after that, it was pretty much done at that juncture. It was. We do have Diaby in early down switching with Hendrickson. Third downs, we send Herberg and Hendrickson to go sack the quarterback. I like how you think. Cook, I know, bro. Kosamides, Bucky's too small to be a third down back. Justin says because of Chicken Gizzard, laugh my ass off. Let's see, Mike, looking for a second running back through free agency and then draft a rookie late. Yes, Tyler Algier, put it out there. Prediction right now, that's who the Bucs sign. Tyler Algier. I think he'll work in this offense if he doesn't get starting money. Somebody could throw starting money at him, overpaid, then most likely he's not an option. But I think it's a possibility. This is where the Bucs are going to go at the start of free agency. Bulls has forgotten more football than some Bucs fans will ever know. Chris Cole, Raiders are going to want a lot for Crosby. They do. David, I think we should trade for Braden Fisk. With him and Vita, that would free up our edge rushers no matter who they are. Listen, I love to have Braden Fisk out of Florida State. Loved them, but they love that combination too. Jared Verse and Brandon Fisk, not Braden. Brandon Fisk. They're going to hold on to him. I think the first would be a good replacement for Sue. Happy heavenly birthday to your pops, Peter. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos says Evans isn't going anywhere. His agent does this every year. Try and leverage the Bucs for more money. I think certainly possible. Absolutely. Peter, I hope you're right about Mike, but from what I'm hearing, Buffalo's ready to start throwing money at Mike. That may be possible. And I like Henderson over Crosby. They both have had injuries. Like most football players, it's all I got to depend on how well they shine coming season, wherever they go. Let's go out to the rest of the comments there. Instagram Live, nothing at this point. Let's go out to TikTok. Guys, that's my man, says Solder. Thank you very much, Miss Elizabeth Clayton, for tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
I know who that is. Izzy47 says the thing about football, there is, a way to you can't get everything right. So it is what it is. Thank you, Izzy. Appreciate that. As always, guys, hopefully you keep on tuning in there on TikTok Live. Let's go out to King Cook 1485. How are we going to let Tecker go? That makes no sense. There it is. I mean, they let him go. They didn't tender him. Other news and notes for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A couple hours ago, we talked about Tucker, according to Jeremy Fowler, right there. They are also did not tender Christian Izien, who we've had on the show, had him on here last March. It says Izien had 111 tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles since 2023. What they say is the restricted free agent system in the NFL allows for a team to retain control over a young free agent by offering a 1-year contract at a preset salary, while the franchise is also given the right to match any offers from other teams in the league. That's what it is. And in the case of Christian Izien, the hiccup causing Tampa Bay's hesitancy to tender him may be to another rule in the NFL's restricted free agent system. The lowest level restricted free agent tender, aka the first right of refusal, places a price tag on a player's salary, which many league franchises find prohibitive for a depth player. For Izien, the lowest tender placed on him per the RFA systems protocol would be reportedly around $3.52 million, which the Bucs leadership has yet to insinuate they're willing to pay. So there you go. That's the latest on that situation. I know he was very valuable. They re-signed their quarterback there on the roster besides Baker Mayfield. Connor Balzalak, he is now signed to a 1-year deal worth $1 million. He enters his second year in the league. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. He is now the backup, but I definitely think the Bucs are going to be looking at another backup quarterback. Also, they retained Riley Dixon. They have exercised the option on him, according to Adam Schefter. Dixon, 32 years old, signed a 2-year, $6 million contract with the Bucs before the 2025 season and will be paid approximately $3 million in 2026. He had 2 punts blocked in the first 4 games of the regular season, was one of the NFL's worst punters, finished 29th in the NFL, was 44.7 yards per punt. So why are the Bucs bringing him back? In fact, Todd Bowles had this to say, and this was earlier, according to Fox Sports' NFL reporter Greg Allman on February 24th. Bowles said the team hasn't decided if they are exercise an option on punter Riley Dixon, who would make $3 million in 2026. Obviously, they're going to exercise that. Dixon ranked 31 out of 35 punters in the average of 2025 and 28th in net punting. It's got to get better. It's got to get better all across the board. Not only block punts, punting, it works all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. On the note, according to Allman, it has been an issue with Riley Dixon in his career. He entered 2025 as the NFL's active leader with 7 block punts, but that's 1 in every 95 punts for his career. This year, Bucs had 2 block punts and 16 punts. The rest of the NFL, 2 and 429. Bowles has said Dixon can speed up his process. He also led the NFL in total punts at 89, which is a problem because the offense struggled. Total punt yardage as a rookie in 2016 with the Denver Broncos. Of course, the Bucs hired Danny Smith as their new special teams coach. So we will have to see what kind of changes they make there. And that is it for the night. So we'll read the rest of these comments and then we will get out of here. I appreciate all the comments, all the well wishes here on my father's birthday. Have a wonderful evening, Buccaneer family. Fire the cannons. Absolutely.
Fire the cannon!
Let's go, Bucs. Yes, absolutely. They're good stuff there. Let's see. We'll go back out there. Okay, good stuff on all those fronts. Carlos Reyes says Dixon can speed Bowles' process of getting fired. There you go. There's the comment right there. The last comment of the night, guys. We threw it out there. Thanks a lot for tuning in here on all the social media platforms. Remember, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Do 3 things. And once again, if I haven't said this enough, like and subscribe to Bucs Latest on YouTube, a part of the Fan Arts Network. 3 things. We'll keep it down for the roommates. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television, as we always say on this show to end it off. Go Bucs. Happy birthday, Dad. I love you.